What's good, neighborhood? How y'all feel, man? What's popping? What's happening? What's There we go. There we go. Let me see. Is it? It's gonna play out of here. How y'all feel, man? What's popping, man? Y'all heard about this story? Sad story, man. Together over here. I don't know why. For some reason it does that. I don't know. There we go. Y'all see I got my little costume on today. You feel me? In the Halloween spirit and all of that good stuff. What's the deal, though, man? How y'all feel, man? Y'all heard about this story, man? Crazy, crazy, crazy story. Let me share the screen. I'm gonna jump right into it. Get this thing started. All right. Just blast this link out real quick. Put this stuff up. Let me share it a little. What's poppin', man? We got the link out there early. We'll start the show, man. We're going to start the show. All right. We just jump right into it. Let's just fade it out. Fade it on out. Excuse me. What's popping? What's happening? What's going on? You're back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man Mark Nash. He is I am he. Christmas edition, Halloween edition episode of Breaking Beats. As y'all can see, I'm up here with the Run DMC esque type jewelry and the glasses. You know, got to have the glasses with it, right? All right, man. Let's just jump right into the story, man. Truly unfortunate. I had a different topic I was going to do today, but once I saw this story, it was on my mind and on my heart to talk about it. And I think it's very important that we talk about these kind of things. Maybe we can prevent this from happening to someone else in the future. Troubling story. This is out of Brooklyn, New York. The story's out of Brooklyn, New York, out of Flatbush, if I'm not mistaken. Flatbush. Hold on. And we got this sad story right here, man. It's a father and a son. And the details are as follows. So according to the narrative, right, that we heard about this so far, the news report, it appears these two guys been going at it for a while about the noise complaints. The guy in the blue, the shooter, lives underneath. He lives in the floor under the gentleman who's deceased. We'll pull their name up right here so we can get all the information with the correct names. So I'll just read the newscast. I'll just read it. Actually, no, we could just play it. Let's just play it. Let's just play it. Let me see. Brooklyn, father and son. Boom. All right, here we go. I'll play the video and then we'll come back with the commentary. Well, I'll play what I can. I can play the audio from the news of the video. Y'all know YouTube take my shoes if I YouTube will snatch my shoes off if I try to play this video. But I do have the video on the community tab. It's graphic though.
But we're going to begin with some disturbing new video in the murders of a man and his son after a fight over noise turned deadly in Brooklyn.
Yeah, police tonight are looking for a neighbor seen on that video firing the deadly shots. Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore is live in East Flatbush with our lead story tonight. Crystal.
Listen, Bill, police have identified the suspect as 47-year-old Jason Pass. As police continue to look for him, this community is on edge tonight, demanding additional resources to fight the violence. Now, we know police were able to identify Pass thanks to...
Jason Pass, like, bro, gotta be one of the dumbest things I've seen in a long time. The irony, right? I was talking to KP and on Sheldon Moore earlier, and I said, the irony, bro, you killed somebody over noise complaints. You left your home to go somewhere with the gun upstairs to kill a dude over noise complaints. Then you about to probably be in, not probably, you're gonna be in prison for the rest of your life unless you delete yourself. You're gonna kill, bro. Now you're gonna be surrounded if you don't die first, right? You're gonna be surrounded by noise. You know how noisy prison is, man. Like, look, you complain about a guy upstairs, you about to be complaining about a guy in a bunk over you. Crazy. So you two, what up? Happy Halloween to everybody out there. Yeah, I got my Run DMC on. See the glasses? See the chain? Yeah, switch the bucket up. Let's play this news clip now.
Surveillance video, too graphic to show in its entirety.
I know it is. All right, so it's a little shorter. Look how calm my man is right here. So the guy comes out. They skipped that part where, as y'all can see on this thumbnail, he has some scissors in his hand. He has some scissors in his hand, and he put the scissors like right to the guy's face. Now, if he probably would have pulled the weapon out at this point right here, maybe, possibly, he might have had a better chance of saying, hey, look, the guy came at me, he had the scissors right there by my face and by my throat, thought he was going to kill me, pulled out the weapon, bang. But as y'all can see in these other photos, he shot him when he was walking away. Let's play the clip.
48 hours after surveillance.
So the girl is pulling him, and look, it's a 10-year-old girl over there at the door. It's a little kid over there all the way at the door. So she's pulling him.
Video obtained by eyewitness.
And then when he turns around, she pulls him one more time. Then you can see, and that's when Buddy clap his hands like, you know what? You know what I'm saying? When niggas start clapping when they talk, be ready. So let's go.
Show in its entire video obtained by Eyewitness News captured the moment.
He was like, all right, boom, and he got the beam on it.
And gunned down a father and
boom.
son.
Now at that point, she still got to pull him. Like, why does she still have to pull him?
We need a law.
He could have just ran at that point, but he ends up shooting the guy in the back, shoots the kid too. The 27-year-old man. Let's hear this part.
Members of this Flatbush Gardens community know the result of the years-long dispute over.
Hillary.
We stand in unison. The shooting on Sunday night, the result of the years-long dispute over noise between two.
Bro, y'all a noise complaint. A noise complaint, bro. Toya Tudor, what up? Tracy, what up? Somebody said, Mark, the real irony is he is a former corrections officer, but they had been going back and forth for 4 years. Okay, it just said 1 year, so that was 4 years? Crazy. Crazy.
Neighbors.
Based on our investigation, we found that there were 6 previous 311 calls by the...
What is 311? What's 311 in New York? What is 311? In NYC. 311 customer service provides the public with quick, easy access to non-emergency government services. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I never dialed 311 in my life. Y'all ever called 311? I did not know that. I thought you would call like a regular phone number. I've called a regular phone number for non-emergencies. Damn, I did not know that. Slow. Tell I don't be calling them folks. We're gonna figure it out.
People in 3E, noise complaints.
Authorities say Jason Pass, who lives in the Flatbush Gardens complex, shot 47-year-old Bladimy Mathurin and 27-year-old Chinwai Mode after going upstairs to confront the family. At one point, you see Mathurin.
Now, why does he have those scissors though?
Appear to hold a pair of scissors to Pass's neck as his wife tries to pull him away.
Now, like I said, now that's wrong. That's wrong. But buddy, you had a lot. You went up there to their house, kicking on their door, waiting for them. You had plenty chances to leave though.
Confront the family. At one
This
point,
ain't standing your ground. You don't came to their house beating on their door. Dude, somebody come kicking on your door. Bro, you need more than scissors, man. You're gonna need some more. You're gonna need more than scissors. Somebody come kicking on your door, bro. They probably got that thing on them. Probably got that. God damn it.
you see Mathurin appear to hold a pair of scissors.
Right here, like if he would have pulled it, I think if he would have pulled it out right in and did it, he would have been, you can say more of like it's self-defense maybe. You get what I'm saying? Bruce Gas, what up? 702, what up? But once the man try to walk away, bro, you gotta let him walk away. You can't shoot him in the back, bro. And you damn sure can't go over to him, stand on top of him, and then do the final blow to the dome, bro. You can't do the final shot to the dome like that. You definitely going to prison. For life. You going for life, bro. Going for life. Somebody said he didn't want to pull it out because the guy could have taken it from him. Oh, at that point right there. Okay. I ain't think of that.
Past his neck as his wife tries to pull him
right.
away.
Yeah, right.
Seconds
Yeah.
later, shots rang out.
And look, as he leaving, now you can't shoot him in the back.
Mathurin heads.
You can't shoot him in the back, bro. You can't shoot. I know you mad. I know the tension is high. Stressful situation, but you cannot shoot him in the back, dog. You're going to jail forever. Jerry, what up? Ball Out Mixtape Fire, what up? Puro, what up, man? What you think of this topic? Damn, did I pin it at the top? Let's see if I got it pinned at the top. Nope, let me pin it. All right, let me see.
Back to his apartment.
I think he was trying to protect his family because his life was being threatened. His family's life was being threatened.
Farrah Lewis.
But overall, if you look at the video,
Like a young city council lady too, don't you?
this man had a gun. He had all intentions to kill.
The suspect's sister, who did not want to be identified, says it was self-defense.
What? Shout out to the sister, but sis, hold up. She said the suspect's sister said it was self-defense. Now let's hear this out. I saw Juan Davila say it was self-defense too. I'm gonna have to play it. I'm gonna show y'all what he said. What up, Jerry? Make sure I got the phone lines open too, in case anybody want to call. Is that music too loud? Turn it down just a little bit. I feel like the music is too loud. Turn it down just a smidge. There we go. All right, let's play some more of this.
Brother went up there in peace.
Says it was self-defense.
My brother went up there in peace.
She said he went up there in peace. No, he went up there with the peace. Your brother went up there with the peace. She gonna try to say it was them scissors, but nah, man, that dude turned his back, yo. Your brother can't shoot him in the back.
He's humble. Tried to attack my brother with a scissor.
The men hit us with passion.
Mathurin's wife.
She said the man tried to attack my brother with scissors. That ain't gonna get it, yo.
You never heard of it.
That ain't gonna get it, man. You shot that dude in the back, yo. Shot him in the back, fam. Going to prison, man. Forever. Then he's still on the run from what I heard. He's still on the run. I'm gonna move that up some so y'all can see it a little better.
Wife told Eyewitness News yesterday her husband is not a violent man as the community looks to heal.
We'll be bringing a de-escalation training to the management team.
There's a renewed focus on bringing anti-violence and mental health services to the community. As for the suspect, turn yourself in.
Catch me when you can. Ain't turn yourself in. What up, Puro?
Yo, what up, Mark? Mic check, mic check.
So far, so good. Talk to me. What you think of this story, man? You heard about this?
I was watching a little bit right now. It's crazy, man. I mean, shit, it's nuts, bro. Execution style, right?
Bro, after he got him, after he shot him again as he was walking toward him, stood on top of his head, dumped him again. And he killed the son, too. I got the full video on my community tab so y'all can see it. I can't play it over here on YouTube.
Too graphic.
Yeah, but they show the shooting and everything. It's a World Star video. I put the link in my community tab.
That's crazy, man. Man, he must have been real scared then.
Nah, you can't. If you were that scared, you stay your ass at home. You don't go to somebody else's house.
Facts.
Yeah. I think he just had all he could stand, man. He snapped. And the crazy thing is, you can't snap over noise complaints and then go kill somebody because you're going to prison and it's noisy in prison. You ain't even gonna have your own personal space no more. Now you got a cellmate.
Yep.
You have to smell this nigga wiping his ass and hear him jerking his dick in the middle of the night. Pause. Ain't nothing about it. You just better be glad he jerking that off instead of you.
Right?
Get your ass to
find out what a celly is.
Say what?
I say you're gonna find out what a celly is.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Talk to me. What's up, Pittsburgh T? What you think of the story, bro?
What's up, fellas? I think it's
Happy Halloween. Y'all guess who I am?
Yes, sir. What you is, Mark?
You can't see me?
Mr. J.
Run DMC?
One of them niggas. Somebody from the 80s, nigga. When I pose like this.
LL Cool J.
I'm one of them. Somebody, nigga, with these glasses on. I'll say DMC. How about that? Yeah, plastic chain. Some niggas out there rocking this shit for real too, thinking they got drip on.
Man, that shit got to be heavy if it was real, man. Them chains was heavy as fuck back in the days, boy.
Right, because low key this plastic got a little weight to it. I was like, damn, I can't imagine some shit like this being like a real chain like this. You know, they still got Run DMC kids. I'm sorry, Jam Master J still got his chain with the Adidas on it. They still got it. Bro. They still got it. It's a show. It's a show where they go around doing hip hop archives, and they go around like asking people to put it in the museum, put their stuff in the museum. His kids were like, "We'll donate it for a little bit. We'll loan it, but you can't have it."
Nah, yeah, that's Run DMC was the shit back in the days, man. Damn. That's something right there.
That chain that Jam Master J, I think that Jam Master J chain, I forgot how much. Oh, but anyway, go ahead. Finish telling you. I'm about to tell you how much it weighed.
Oh, it's got to be heavy, bro. I mean, this story right here. Look, this shit right here. I don't know if it happens to a degree. Not this is an extreme version of time. Like I got 1 or 2 neighbors. One of them I don't even look over there because I know it could be a problem, man. Because people like you, sometimes people are just selfish and they don't want to hear what you want to say, and they just think about what they got going on. They don't care about what you got going on. Noise complaints could be an issue if you work at night. If you work at night and do it over there, want to have certain animals or certain activities in the daytime because you should be sleeping, and you go approach them like, listen, man, I work in daytime. I need you to, you know, tone it down. And then the person ignores it after a while. It could be an issue. It should never get to this point. But that neighbor shit, that shit could go on for a long time, and it could keep escalating because every little thing starts irritating you about that person if you let it get to that point. So that neighbor shit can get real bad because you can't move your house. You can't just leave. You trying to be peaceful, and this motherfucker doing shit, you know, every little thing become a thing now. So it could get messy real quick with that neighbor shit. I done seen it, been part of it. I done seen the whole thing.
Hey, look, no matter what you got going on with your neighbors, though, you can't take your gun and go upstairs, though. You feel me?
No, he's wrong. I mean, you shouldn't take your gun out. You shouldn't take a gun out of your house to go talk to somebody about a dispute, period. The gun shit should have never left your house. That shouldn't happen. And you definitely shouldn't be kicking on nobody's damn door.
Come on.
That's a problem, bro. You can't do that. Lucky it didn't start right there.
They say what he would do when they were too loud was bang the ceiling. So the lady said, she asked the kid, she was like, was y'all making noise? Because at this point, they be trying to be respectful to the dude. They don't want to deal with it. And he was like, nah, we won't even making no noise. We ain't here just chilling, watching TV. So her husband, you know, he bangs on the floor. He bangs back on the floor, then back on the roof then. Like, motherfucker, stop knocking on stop banging on my floor. But bang on your ceiling then. The fuck? That's when the dude comes up there. See, both guys had too much pride and too much ego. Now everybody's life is ruined. When 2 people lost their life, and this guy's basically life is over as well because of pride, ego, no conflict resolution, no, all right, bro, you got it, man. You know? Can y'all hear me? Did I freeze up?
Nah, you good. They should have been able to figure out a way to work that out, bro. Whatever the issue was, it should have been. Because sometimes people got noisy kids. They got different shit going on. Some stuff is out of your control. Some stuff you can't control, right? I mean, it's just, you got to be reasonable. You can't move your house, bro. Some people just get crazy when it comes to that neighbor shit. And I don't really get that. I don't see why people can't figure that shit out. But that shit right there, that's just crazy. It's on a lot of different levels, man. A bunch of lives ruined for nothing.
Pride, ego, man. Like, what's the last time you had a confrontation with a neighbor? And tell me how it went.
Probably about 6 months ago, I had a conversation with a neighbor. He wanted to be the farm man. He wanted to feed chickens and have chickens and roosters crowing in the daytime when I'm supposed to be sleeping. I mean, we agreed to disagree. I don't talk to him this day. And that's the end of it.
Slow down. What happened with the chicken? He got chickens?
Man, buddy want to have chickens and roosters and all this crazy shit. And you see what time it is. I work all night. Like, bro, you can't be doing that, man. You can't be doing that shit, man.
Hold on. So while you sleep in the morning trying to sleep, I'm working all night, the roosters are they just going in.
They going in all day, all fucking day. And then they done had babies and the shit done multiplied. And it's a whole fucking farm over there, bro.
Is that legal as far as where you live at? Have you looked into that?
No, that's the route I had to take. Had to get the HOA involved, had to call 311, get the people to come out, had to get some noise complaints, all of that, because you want to be, you know, Mr. Farm Man and just ignore what I'm telling you like it's not a big deal, bro. Like, nah, man. Because I hadn't spoke to him one time previous. Then I look over there and like, okay, I'm thinking we cool. We didn't talk. Everything cool. I look over there. I'm like, bro, like you got a whole fucking farm over here.
Tell me, how do you tell them, like, hey, bro? Do you tell them, hey, the noise is bothering me? Do you just tell them, hey, look, this is against code, public ordinance? How do you tell them? What happened?
Nah, well, the first time I approached him, like, listen, man, I don't know who you are. I introduced myself. It's like, listen, man, we never really had a conversation. I don't know if you're aware, but I work at night. So I work at night. In the daytime when everybody's sleeping, I'm daytime everybody moving around. I'm trying to sleep. You got a bunch of animals over here that make noise all day. There's no way I can sleep and function and make money with all these animals over there. So I mean, this can't happen, bro. And it's a problem for the HOA we live in. It's against the rules. I ain't trying to go that route. Just please stop feeding these animals. Simple.
Hold on.
You're like, well,
hold on. You said stop feeding them or get rid of them?
Stop feeding them. Yeah, stop feeding them because they're not even his. But it's like cats. Once you feed one, they just
hold up, slow down, nigga. They ain't even his chickens.
Nah, man, they coming from everywhere, bro.
Yeah, straight chickens. Where the hell you live at where straight chickens run around? KFC ain't picked them up yet.
Man, bro, that's.
I didn't know straight chicken was a thing. You breaking up bad. You breaking up bad. There you go. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it is because you can't have them by the county. So what people will do trying to be slick, just like cats, they won't put them in the cage and they won't put them on their property. Be like, hey man, they ain't really mine. They just here. They play that game. People do that. Because, depending on where you come from, whatever background you is, that's the thing, depending on where you come from, to have animals run around like that. But you can't have that within the United States and certain cities and ordinances. You can't have that shit.
Yeah, you got to be out in the country.
But we didn't have to go through all that. Nah, even the country you can't do it. Even in the country you can't do it. Unless it's an unincorporated. Like some cities are unincorporated where it's truly rural area where it's unincorporated city land, then you can do all that crazy wild stuff. If it's not unincorporated, nah, you can't do that because you got municipals and stuff. But that dude, I talked to him like, listen, man, all I want you to do is just stop feeding them, bro. That's all you gotta do. You stop feeding them, we cool, man. I don't expect them to leave right away, but they should not be multiplying and getting here like that. But they looked in my face and said, all right, man, I look over there like 2 weeks, man, Mark, they done multiplied, doubled. They like the gremlins, bro. They done doubled and tripled up. Like, what the fuck? Like, nah, man, we going the wrong way with this shit, man. What the fuck going on over here, man? Like, nah, man.
Chicken lays at least one egg a day. Did you know that?
I ain't know that, man.
At least one a day.
I ain't know. Well, them bitches must have all hatched right around that time. Cause I looked over and them motherfuckers were going crazy, man. Seen that dude again, and that shit wasn't no nice conversation, bro.
What you say?
I'm like, listen, bro. I thought we talked about it. This is what we went wrong.
How long? How much time it passed?
This is probably about within the same months. Probably about 3 weeks. 3 weeks, close to bordering to a month. And them shits they done doubled up, had babies, the little babies running around there. I'm talking to Buddy on his property, and I'm looking at all this shit running around. I'm like, hold up, man. I thought we talked about this shit, man. Like, yo, bro, like, nah, man. Yo, like, what's going on over here, man? He like, oh, man, I don't feed them. They just come here. I'm like, come on, man. Like, bro, you can't even be a man about this shit. That's what we went wrong right there. Like, bro, I'm coming to you telling you not to do this shit, and that's what you doing? He like, no, I ain't feeding them. They just come over here. I'm like, bro, all these fucking properties, and they just come to your property. They just keep coming to your goddamn property. Like, come on, man. That's what we doing. You want to feed fucking animals? All right, cool. We gonna feed these motherfuckers if that's what we doing. Like, it wasn't no long conversation with Buddy, but what I end up from that, I just took away that I just don't speak to him no more. Cause that shit is gonna go the wrong way because we can't even have no real conversation because you can't even admit that you fucking feed these damn things. Yeah. So, I mean, long story short, I just decided I wasn't gonna say to him nothing to him. I went a different route, the HOA, the legal way, and we dealt with it that way. But I'm not gonna go back over there another time after that and still be, trying to deal with him.
So the HOA pretty much said, hey, look, come to our attention, you got animals over here, shit like that?
Or they fine you. They start fining you. They give you a warning. And then if you don't get rid of the animals within whatever time frame, I want to say it's like a month, then you start hitting. I mean, you can say what you want, but that money changed your whole idea of everything because you can't move your house. When they start hitting your ass with them fines, you'll switch it up real quick. You know, people don't want to go that way, but that's what it is. That's where they got them things.
Hold up, Puro, tell me about one of your situations you had a conflict with a neighbor. Puro, you still there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Talk to me. Tell me about the time you've had a conflict with a neighbor and how was it resolved?
I mean, it wasn't too, you know, I mean, at the time, you know, he was pretty pissed. So, I mean, I was more pissed, but he parked his car on my driveway.
What?
You know, because because on our block, everybody's got a car. Everybody's got more than one. So, like, parking like right in front of your house is kind of like, you know, like, you know, prime real estate. So I guess he got pissed off one day, and he parked his truck on my driveway and shit. You know, when I went to go confront him and shit, you know, started getting all crazy. You know, starting to fucking set tripping a little bit and shit. And you know, I thought he was gonna do something, but nah. You know, we ended up you know, handling it, you know, like men, amicably. Yeah, but he never did that again though.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a time I had an issue with a neighbor. I'm cool with all my neighbors, man, for the most part.
Yeah, I've been blessed myself. Yeah,
all my names, like when they go out of town, we watch his house. The guy across the street, Dr. Charles, man, I walk his dogs. I got the key to his house, his alarm code. I go walk his dogs when he go out of town. What's up, Jessica? Larry Lopez, what up? Yo, that's crazy. Somebody said on your driveway or in front of your house, Puro. They was asking for clarity.
No, in the driveway, like you know, like in front of the garage, like you know how you can put the in a 2-car garage, you can put 2 cars, but right in front of it's like a driveway, right in one of those spots.
And what was his reason again?
Because he couldn't find a parking spot, you know, close enough to his house. Like normally, if like say you work like really late, you get off late.
He got 2-car driveway and spaces after that too. What you got?
He does, but he has multiple cars.
Oh shit, that ain't your problem.
No, it ain't. You know, but you know, it was my problem that day.
That's crazy. Oh, I remember one time I did have an issue with a neighbor one time. And it was pretty brief. It was I lived in an apartment one time, and the neighbors next door, our sinks were basically back to back, and they would put stuff down the sink. They would flood my kitchen would get flooded because they would put shit like grits and shit down the sink. Some African folks too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Sure,
like, so I will walk in the kitchen, man. I look and I see water all over the floor, all over. I ain't even do, you know, I haven't even used the sink, haven't did anything. But it's because of their sink is they don't flush they don't put grits down there and don't backed up my sink next door. Crazy shit, man. Crazy. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that shit's annoying too. You know, it's fucking time consuming, cost money.
And I had this one neighbor too, like he didn't even live there. It was his sister's crib. And he stayed with his sister. He was a grown ass man though, you know, in his mid to late 40s. Dude comes to my crib and he used to always just come to my house and ask for shit. You know what I mean? Hey man, sorry to bother you, man. You got like 50 cents. Huh, nigga? You not at my door 50. Like, yo. Like hey,
Alicia, can I borrow your VCR?
Shit like that, man. That nigga was like, yo, you got a cigarette? Blah, blah, blah. Bro, I don't smoke squares. Oh, okay. Yeah. Shit like that. So one day he came over there and I was like, hold up. I looked around, found some change. I said, hold on, I got you. Went to the, you know how you just got some change on the table somewhere? Like, hold up. Might have been like 80 cents. I said, here you go. I said, now never come here again for anything. I don't care if the house is on fire. Don't ring this doorbell for nothing, bro. Or we're going to have a problem. And he ended up telling the neighbor to my left about it because I guess they knew each other from school. Like, man, what's up with little buddy next door, man? Your partner, man. Yo, the nigga told me don't ever knock on his door for nothing ever again if the house is on fire. So homie ended up telling me he was like, the dude got special needs and his sister be taking care of him, you know, to get his check, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I said, he gonna have a whole bunch of special needs. He knock on this door again. He gonna need a wheelchair. This nigga gonna need surgery. He gonna need some sutures. I'm gonna put a hole in his ass, keep knocking on this damn door. asking me for shit. Cause really I started feeling like this nigga like he's scoping the place. You know what I'm saying? You trying to see if I'm here or not. See if I'm gonna open the door. Like if ain't nobody here, you're gonna try to, try to come up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I had this one neighbor. I remember in this other apartment I used to be so paranoid somebody breaking into my crib. Y'all don't laugh. I used to do this dumb shit like this. When I left to go for work in the morning, because I would leave in the morning for work about 9:30. I had to be there at 10. But bro, I wouldn't come back home till about 7, 8 o'clock at night, sometimes 9 at night. So I've been gone all day, and I didn't have an alarm system, no cameras, no nothing. No screen door, nothing. I was like, man, anybody kick this door in, right? And I had already had my house broken in before. Well, actually, I told y'all a story about my cousin that kicked in the door. So what I used to do at this point, when I left for work, I would leave the music playing.
Okay.
Kind of loud. You know what I'm saying? The studio music. I got Yes, I want somebody to think somebody always there. Yeah, so I just left the music playing for hours and hours. So I come home one night and I see the neighbor. It's like, man, I need to talk to you. I was like, what's up, bro? He was like, man, you gotta chill with all that noise, bro. You gotta chill with all that noise, man. Shit. Like, man, I couldn't get no sleep, blah, blah, blah. I even called the police. I was like, damn, you called the police? I was like, damn, what happened? He said, well, they was out here knocking and beating too. And I was like, well, what happened? He said, they said they couldn't do nothing because, nobody came to the door. So they couldn't do nothing, but they was out here knocking and beating for a long time, man. And you ain't open the door, bro. I was like, oh, okay, my bad, bro. I'll do better. You know what he ended up telling me? He was like, damn, it's all good. Shit. What's up with some studio time, though? I was like, nigga, what? You'll never get into the studio. You don't call the police on me. 323, you on the MIC. What's your name? Where you from?
Man, what's up, Shawn? I'm in LA.
Shout out to Shawn in LA. Talk to me, Shawn. What's your take on this story?
That dude wanted to murder him. I mean, come on, man. Like, people are trying to justify it, saying that, he brought the scissors. He didn't even use the scissors from like all the way to to the sharp part. He pretty much just used it from the handle. That dude wanted to find any reason just in order to to delete it. And not only just that, he even does his son.
Shawn, it looked like Shawn. He got. I'm looking at the picture right here on the screen. He definitely got the white handle at the bottom, and he got the point at the top by his thumb, almost like a little knife, and he got it by his face. It's on the screen, Shawn. He definitely had and then he even adjusted those scissors and put the blade more over the top. The other shot I got, it looks like he had it in between his knuckles. You know how you almost punch with the scissors? But yeah, he definitely got the
but it's not. Yeah, I understand, but that's not enough to know to murk someone out of nothing, man.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I agree. I agree. Now, if he starts, I agree. Now, if he was stabbing you with those scissors or trying to stab you, the guy was just out there just trying to flex and be tough for his family. I get it.
Yeah, but this guy wanted to find any reason just to murk him. This is more just about complaining about your neighbors.
Right.
And I saw this video while I was on Twitter from my account for doing that FBA shit or whatsoever. He was saying like an immigrant had shot 2 Haitian brothers when the guy who killed them he's an immigrant. He's an African American.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what's going on with this shit, but I'm just getting tired. I'm just straight up tired of this rhetoric when it comes to that nationality and whatever. It's not good to see seeing black men just killing out somewhere out of nothing.
Right, bro. I couldn't agree more. Hey, tell me about a time you had a conflict with a neighbor and what happened.
I mean, usually, if someone's making noise, I'll be knocking the door saying, "Hey, can you guys chill out?" And also, I don't really have, for the most part, I have no conflicts with no neighbors outside this only small thing. That stuff right there, that was way personal, and he actually, you have to read the article. He said that, oh, Haitian, you guys need to get out of this country. You are using black people and this and that. I was like,
oh, he on his FBA. You're not adults. You're not a fundamental black. Oh, bro, that's division. Bull crap.
Yes, and it's not only just there. There's incidents that someone like an African American killing Haitians over in Ohio and somewhere in the middle in Midwest or somewhere, but it's really crazy. I'm like, and some people justify this shit. I'm like, what is going on?
I seen a lot of people say, with self-defense, he had them scissors. I said, no, he shot him in the back, bro. And not only did he shoot him in the back, he walked over to him, shot down, and gave him a dome shot while he already down bleeding out, bro.
See right there, that was when you see that was personal. He even killed his son.
Yeah.
His son not even about. He wasn't even a part.
Yeah, he was trying to run away.
He knows his son. He wanted to run away, and you know what happened? He killed his son.
Mm-hmm.
It was straight up nasty, and I hope he actually get caught for it. He's running away because he know he really fucked up. Because if he didn't, if he actually really followed his beliefs, he would not be scared like that.
Right. He know he was in the wrong. Yeah, he know he was in the wrong. All right. What you think should happen? Life sentence?
Hey man, with that type of way for no reason, yeah, you deserve a life sentence.
Life sentence, all right. Death penalty? I don't think they have the death penalty there, but if they had the death penalty, should they the death penalty?
I don't care about if he have a death penalty or not. He should be still being dead forever. I don't even care.
Shawn said, just keep that nigga away from us, from us regular people.
I mean, like, damn, bro. Like, there's always shit like this that will turn into something else. And also, that FBA shit right there is one of the reasons why I actually say it's extremely chaotic. Now I get it. You know what I mean? There's other nationalities of black people that say some ignorant stuff. But at the same time, African Americans say ignorant stuff too. We all say ignorant stuff about other nationalities of black people. But eventually we just grow out of it, you know what I mean? Nothing personal. We all friends, we all connect, regardless of doing business or anything because of personal. But still, like, that was beyond disgraceful.
Yeah, it was. All right, Shawn. Well, I appreciate you calling in, fam.
No problem. Have a good night, bro.
You too, bro. Don't be a stranger, all right?
You too.
Shout out to Shawn from Los Angeles, man. Good call, man. What y'all think about what Shawn had to say?
I don't think it's that personal. I think if you leave your house, I think it's personal on the level. If you leave your house and you got a dispute with your neighbor and you take your gun with you, that shit gonna get heated and you got problems and there's no control. Because y'all got a personal problem any goddamn place. Now you put a gun in there, that's a whole different thing, man. They can get away from you real quick. Like shit happen, escalate real quick. He just got to say, that's that dude that just got to say one more goddamn word. He ain't got to say a lot to trigger.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me take this next call. I'm sorry, go ahead. And then we'll take the call after that.
Nah, go ahead, take it.
410, you got the flow. Tell them your name, where you from, family.
Silence.
Shout out
What's
to
up,
Jay.
Mark? It's Jay.
Silence.
Talk to me, Jerry. What you think of this story, bro?
I had a motherfucker about maybe 15 years ago. I had a problem. This guy wasn't a neighbor of mine, but at the bottom of my road, there's a golf course, and he worked at the golf course. There was a snowstorm, and I'd gotten back from out plowing snow for like 20 hours straight. So I was tired, all that. I pulled up in front of my driveway, and I went to back in. He was coming up the road in his truck, and keep in mind there was a lot of snow, so the road is just a 2-lane road, but it was really like 1 lane, right? Because it was like a blizzard, so the snow was still on the side. But he comes up over the hill, and he damn near smashes into me, right? Well, he pulls just a little bit past my driveway, and he's rolling his window down. He's talking all kinds of shit. I'm like, okay, so I'm talking shit back to him from from my truck, and I'm at the top of my driveway. Well, I couldn't really hear him that well. I could see he was talking shit, but the truck is a diesel, and so it was knock, 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 it was loud. I really couldn't hear him. So I got out the truck, and I started walking to him, and as I did, he started like pulling forward a little bit, so I seen he wasn't really about shit, right? But he was making all these threats. I'm gonna burn your house down. I'll chop your fucking head off. All this sort of shit. Oh yeah, right. So I come in the house, and I call the police. Right, cop shows up. I tell him the whole thing. I said, "And this guy threatened me, going to burn my car up, gas bomb my car, my house." He said he'd chop my head off, this, that, and that. And the cop, the Mexican cop, he kind of was, he's looking at me, and I'm like, well, look here, man, I want you to make a report of this, because if the guy comes back, there could be problems. Nah, I'm not going to make a report. I said, why the fuck not? And he said, it's not illegal. Yeah, it's not illegal to threaten somebody in this country. Yeah. And then the motherfucker had nerve. In this country, he started telling me about in this country.
Hold on, was he a Spanish cop or something?
Yeah,
because you had an ex. You had that ex. He was like, in this country. Hold on. So the Mexican telling the white man about this country. Ooh, I know that made you mad, Jerry.
Yeah, the nerve of a motherfucker, right? And so he tells me it's not illegal to threaten somebody. Now, my brother's bitch ass told me that the same thing about a year earlier, because he gets his shit stuff wrapped up in all sorts of dumb shit all the time, right? And he told me it wasn't illegal to threaten. I said, what do you mean? He said, nah. He said, and if you think about it, I guess it makes sense. He said, people threaten people every day. We can't go around trying to police that because people threaten people every day. I'm like, oh, okay. So if I threatened you right now, would that be illegal? He'll have no answer for that, right? I said, well, look here, man, I want you to make a police report. No. And I said, motherfucker, what do you mean, no? Then he goes back into telling me about the freedoms and shit.
Use the accent. Do the accent. Tell me what he said. Do the accent, Jerry.
No, in this country, we got it. Yeah.
Puro gonna cuss you out when you get off the phone. Puro gonna say, hey.
Well, listen, I love Mexican people, but I mean, it is what it is. So anyway, I told him, I said, look here, man, if this motherfucker comes back here after all that shit he just threatened me with, I'm gonna tell you what, if he steps 1 foot on my property, I'm not gonna be a victim, man. I've lived a clean life. I ain't never hurt nobody, ain't never been in no trouble, nothing. I don't deserve to be anyone's victim. If the motherfucker comes back, if he comes anywhere close to my front door, I'm gonna open up the door and I'm gonna shoot him with my shotgun. And that's just gonna be that. Now, I don't want to hurt nobody, right? But I'll be damned if I'm gonna wait to see what this motherfucker might do. Well, you got a right to protect your property, and it's not, Yeah, and that's why that's stand your ground law. But see, here's the thing, though. I found out later that if I would have had to wait for him to physically break into my house before I could do anything like that, and even then, it's precarious. Now, that's why that stand your ground law, it's got some flaws in it, I will admit, but that's what that is intended to be, like a situation just like that, where you don't have to wait to be a victim. You know what I mean? You can be preemptive. It's a slippery slope, I will admit, but still. Now, regarding this situation here, I didn't see the video, but my thinking is, just from what I heard you say, is I thought the guy had more than scissors. I thought he had a knife, but even still, you don't know if he goes away from that situation, he could throw around the corner, circle back, and fire on you. Now you're the victim. Mm-hmm. But You said he shot him in the back. Back in the Wild Wild West, if you shot a man in the back, you was almost guilty right away. Almost right away, that was almost a guilty verdict. But then you said he went up and did a kill shot. Yeah,
He did the same thing to the son. He shot the son like that too. He shot the son up, and then he leaned over him, shot him in the head, and then he started walking towards the dad. As he's walking towards the dad, he fires again, then goes up all the way to him, stands over him, fires another round. In total, he shot 9 rounds between. Shot the dad 4 times, shot the son 5.
And they had scissors. That's it.
Yeah, the guy had some scissors. And he walked away.
Yeah.
Once the gun came out, he didn't shoot right away. The gun came out, it was like, yeah, motherfucker, what's up now? You can see it, like the way he was moving his head. It was like, yeah, what's up now type shit. And the guy turned around, the lady runs, and the guy's trying to run away too. And as you can see in the still shot up top, he shot him in the back, bro.
Oh, no. Well, he's going to get, probably a murder. Probably won't be first-degree murder, because they say that's something premeditated.
But isn't this premeditated, Jerry, when you take the gun out your house and go upstairs and kick somebody's door? Because he didn't knock on their door. He went upstairs and kicked their door. All of that is on
the guy that did the shooting.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy that did the shooting went upstairs.
Yeah, he's the neighbor under them. He heard the noise. He bangs the ceiling to tell them to be quiet. The dad stumps the floor back, basically makes some noise back to him. He gets the gun, walks upstairs, kick the door. They come out, confrontation, shots, 9 shots later. 2 people dead, 1 man on the run.
No.
So that's why I said it is premeditated when you take the gun, right? Ain't that premeditated, Jerry, if you took the gun upstairs to this man's house?
Yeah, hearing it like that, yeah, I would say so, sure. But there's a reason why that motherfucker's on the run. He knows. When they catch his ass, he's in lots of trouble, man. I mean, he killed 2 people. So
on camera, too.
All right, because see, I didn't see the video, so I didn't know. But now that you briefly schooled me on it, yeah, you can't do that. You see, the situation I had with that guy, that was a different situation, right? He was aggressive. I was prepared to shoot that man. I went and got my shotgun, stays loaded. I stepped by the door. My wife was scared like a motherfucker.
See, Jerry, you waiting for something. See, Jerry, you was ready for some shit. You wanted it. You wanted to kill a motherfucker today.
No, sir. Honest to God, man. I ain't never been in no trouble, Mark. I ain't never hurt nobody. I beat a few people up, and I've been beat up, but I don't want to hurt nobody, man. I got a lot to lose, But this motherfucker, the shit he was talking, and as crazy as people are, I'm not going to be a victim. That's why I keep my shit on me at all times. If I go up to the 7-Eleven,
taking it with you.
My little buddy's going with
Jerry, and, I was telling y'all the other day, I took the gun with me to take the trash out, take the trash to the street because it was like 3 in the morning. It was like, it's 3 in the morning. Take it with you, bro. It's 3 in the morning, bro. You just never know.
Right, Yeah, I don't deserve to be a victim. That's my mentality. You know what I mean? I ain't never did nothing to nobody, man. I don't want no problems with nobody. But I'll be damned if I'm gonna be a victim. Fuck that. I didn't want to shoot that man. When you take somebody's life, man, that's a heavy jacket, I would imagine. You know what I mean? You're gonna deal with your own. If you got a conscience, you're gonna deal with your own grease right there.
Right.
So it's complicated. I don't want to do that, man, but all I know is if he would have came back, I was going to shoot him.
I'm gonna tell you what's really messing him up.
Shot with a shotgun. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, it's gonna blow your blackout. Pause. I'm gonna tell you what's really gonna mess this dude up too. His gun had a laser on it. You're shooting him in the back. You got the beam on it. You clearly see the beam pointed on the dude's back, bro. It's over. What's up, Foodie? What's up, Brim? I see you, Cam. Yeah, it's over for this dude. Alonzo, what up? It's over for this dude. All right.
Another thing. Like, lastly, one thing I do. I live in a rural area. I got neighbors, but we're not on top of each other. But my whole time, man, I don't get really too close with the neighbors. Good, bad, or even in the middle. You know what I mean? How you doing? How's the wife and kids? Shit like that. Beyond that, I don't want no beef with the neighbor. I got my neighbor over here to the left of me. His dog gets out once in a while. He gets loose, and he'll go like underneath my deck and take a shit, and he'll be running around, and my dog is barking and shit. But guess what? I don't get too uneven with it. You know, I'll just call them up. Hey man, your dog's over here. Can you come get him? You know, I'm not going to get in any type of beef with them. And you know, you got to keep it real civil with the neighbors. You know, because you see it all the time. Neighbors around beefing.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. And neighbors beefing. And some people, you know, you got some people that buy a house on the street, and the next thing you know, they think they own the fucking street. You know what I mean? They get, I don't know what happens to them. So I keep it real, you know, cordial with the neighbors. You know, you know, how you doing? That's it.
Well, all right, Jerry, I appreciate you calling and sharing the story for us. Hey, look, before I go, Jerry, you got to do the voice one more time, man.
In this country, it's no illegal to make threats somebody. I told him, I said, man, get the fuck out of here. I treated him like one of those guys on the fucking YouTube, one of those auditors. And I don't disrespect.
I love those
but
channels, bro. I love those channels. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you what's funny too. When you said what you said about you, Reese, I called my brother and his punk ass is gonna tell me it's true. I can't.
Yeah, my brother told me that you can threaten people and it's not illegal.
You can't threaten to kill them though. You can't say you can't threaten death though. I think maybe right.
Well, not according to this motherfucker. Not according to his bitch ass. He told me it's not illegal. And he explained to me why, and it kind of made sense to me. But still, I just wanted them to make a report. You see what I mean? So there was a record of an incident happening in case the guy did come back. You know what I mean? He wouldn't even do that.
All right.
You know, now those audit videos. Well, hold on. When I've been watching the fuck out of them for about 2 or 3 years now.
Me too.
When I first started watching them, I was like, these guys are just antagonizers, man. They're just out there antagonizing the police. But it only took me about 3 videos before I realized why they do it and why it needs to be done. Because a lot of these fucking cops, and I support the police, but a lot of them are bullies, man. They put on that uniform and they think they can just tell you what to do and just violate the fuck out of your rights and all, you know.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. I'm about to play a video. I'm about to do a story right now. These cops start fucking with this dude because he gave him the middle finger. Let me play the video.
Yeah, see, that ain't wrong.
Man, then they start saying we're gonna take your kids to the. Oh no, you can hear them on the video trying to create a charge like a illegal hand signal, which is really something that's used for bikes and you know what I'm saying, not a car. Yeah, but they're trying to mess with. Man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do that story. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that story now.
All right, Mark.
All right, my brother. Be safe.
Thanks for taking my call, buddy.
I wouldn't have it no other way. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I've seen that vid, Mark. They're trying to take away his constitutional right. So tell him to go fuck himself.
Hold on, my bad. Say that again, Puro.
I said, yeah, I saw the video. The cops are stuttering, because they're trying to take away his right to go tell him to go fuck themselves.
You talking about now? You talking about the one I'm talking about where the guy had to sign up?
Yeah. Where he threw out the middle finger, right?
Yeah. All right. So this story, I forgot what the story's out of. I saw it on TYT. And basically, what transpired? The guy had a sign up. He was telling people, "Hey, look, it's a speed trap ahead. Slow down. The cops are up here setting up a speed trap." So the cops don't like that. They go up to the dude, take his sign, and then he packs up. He leaves, past where they're at, flips the bird to him. Then they go pull him over. Before I play that, what's up, Bron?
What's going on, my brother?
What's popping with you? Good evening.
Good evening. I see you covering the wild news of the day. I see.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Yeah, ain't shit shaking in boxing today. I was like, man, other than a bunch of sources say and a lot of these niggas doing today, I'm like, man, I did those topics already. Ain't shit going on.
Yeah, ain't nothing going on but the bum is supposed to be happening in February now. Please, Usyk, knock him out and finish his career.
I'm not, man. I believe it when they start telling me in serious promotion.
Yeah, because Fury full of it, man. Usyk is the real G. I just need Usyk to knock him out and send him to retirement.
Even the Wilder and AJ playing with that too. I'm like, all right, bro. Y'all ain't gonna trick me to keep.
Now they both trying to go get Ngannou instead of fighting each other. Goofy shit. But on that topic, real quick, because I know you're ready to move on, bro.
No, you
That
good.
was a murder. That was a murder, bro. Yeah, the dude had the knife, right? He did. His back was turned. His lady was kept on pulling him. He had his back. He turned his back twice, and then the last time he turned his back, dude pulled and shot him in the back. And I feel super bad for the son. He did not deserve anything. He was just there and caught bullets for no reason.
He was trying to run. He was trying to run.
He was trying to get away from the situation. Yes, that's all he was trying to do was get away from the
Run, get
situation.
away from them bullets. That dude turned right on him. 4 shots on him, then put a final 5th one in the head too.
Yep. That dude had some rage. That was road rage without the road.
Somebody in the comments over here told me he used to be the guy was a former correctional officer.
Correctional officers, a lot of them are super trash cans. So that
What
not surprise me.
What the rumor is that the guy that took the gun up the stairs, he's the correctional officer, and the guy at the house, the rumor is that he was a training bodybuilder. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but that's what's circulating.
Well, he's a former, whatever he is. He's going to be former because he needs to be super duper in prison. God bless their family, because it was not to that. The dude did have the scissors, but he had his back turned. At that point, then he should have just walked away.
Talk to me. Tell me a story.
He stayed because he would. Huh?
Go ahead. After that, I was gonna tell you. Can you give me a story about the time you've had conflict with a neighbor, and how did it resolve? Everybody been telling the story tonight. It's story time in the neighborhood.
I don't have any fun fancy stories. My stories are all like minuscule. It's not worth telling. It's not.
No story too big, too small.
Seriously, it's not worth talking about. It's nothing. It's really. I don't have a story that's good enough. I heard the stories that they told.
Well, I'll tell you a whack story, man. I'll give you a whack one and see if yours is better than this one. When we were about to get our fence pulled up, right? The HOA said you had to get the signatures of the neighbors that your fence will affect, right? So my house right here, that means the guy on the left, on the right, and the guy behind me. I needed their signature on this paper to show, just to let them, to show that I acknowledged to them that I was getting the fence built, blah, blah, blah. So I got the first 2 signatures easy, you know what I'm saying? Same day. But I couldn't get the other people's signature. I left them a note. I came over several times, you know what I'm saying? Every time I would walk the dog, I would make sure I stopped over there, not nothing. Then finally one day I'm walking the dog and I see them going in. I say, hey, go over. She shut the door real quick. Shut the door. Boom. Like hell no. I was like, I'm not a bad person. Now I don't try to soften. I don't try to put some bitch in my voice now. I'm a good person. I'm just trying to get my fence built. She was like, well, they're not here, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, okay. Well, can you give them my number? And I wrote my number down. Or matter of fact, yeah, pretty much gave my number, my card, whatever, right? She was like, all right. So some time went by. So I called the HO. So it had been another week. So at this point, I'm about to run out of time for the quote that I got for the fence. Because, the quote for the fence only lasts X amount of time, the estimate. Mm-hmm. So I called the HOA. And they was like, oh, that shit is outdated. You don't need nobody's signature no more. You just got to make sure you within your property line. You know what I'm saying? So sure enough, the guys come out there. They start working on the fence. We go out. We find I was like, oh, it's a little piece of metal right here. He was like, yeah, that's where it should be at, right here. So boom, we saw the little metal, found the post. They out there dropping off all their material. They ready to cook. Guess who come out the house now? Now the neighbor coming out the back door. Now he want to see what's going on. And he comes to me. First thing, you know what the first thing he said to me? First fucking thing out of his mouth, this nigga said, I didn't sign off on this. I was like, oh shit. So you knew that I was trying to get with you and you didn't forget. You was purposely stalling and bullshitting and you wasn't going to do it. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You was just not going to let me have a fence if you had anything to do with it.
What a jerk.
Yeah, and they're an older couple too. I mean, they hating on the young niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? So So he out there, you know, he walking. We could have killed him. So he out there while the guy's doing the work. He out there pacing back and forth, got his hands behind his back. What's going on here? I didn't sign off on this. I said, yeah, the HOA said I don't need your bitch ass signature. Well, I ain't say that. But I was like, yeah,
Should have though.
Said, I don't need your signature. He was like, oh, okay. Well, it's not gonna go on my property, is it? I said, no, here's the little, you know, it's deep down in the ground, but you move the dirt enough, you'll see that little metal piece right there. I was like, nah, this is the point right here. Fence going this way, going that way. It's like, oh, okay. And he went back in. To this day, I ain't talked to him since, and it's been like, that was shit 2013, 2014.
And you still live in the same place?
I still live in the same place. He still live in the same place. We ain't said one word since.
Oh, he's a dirtbag, so you don't need to talk to me.
He called the police on me. Called the police on me for one of my fight parties. I think it was Mayweather McGregor. He called the police on me for that. We was wilding though too. I had the fight projected on the fence. I put like a white sheet over the fence, and I had a projector out there, and so we had the fight outside. We had it inside, and it was just lit. You know, tiki torches and shit. It was music, and at that point, it was getting late. It was about 1:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the fights be starting late anyway. So yeah, that nigga was a hater. Your story worse than that? I guess so. All right.
Damn, that bad, huh?
Yeah. Shout out. Right. Shout out to Tech. What up, Foodie? Go ahead, Puro. What you think of Jerry doing that Mexican accent?
Yeah, it was horrible. It was terrible. Good thing you can't really tell it's a Mexican accent.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can play this one video about that cop, man. I thought that was a good one. Let me see. Unpin.
Got it?
But
yeah, another one, Mark. My community borders another community. Let's just say it's not that great. Where there's a fence where it seemed to be like, it was for a minute, it was like these R. Kelly dudes that was sitting out there in the car waiting for these young girls to jump over the fence, I'm sorry. It just happened that was in the area where my house was. On the side, we got like this private road that goes into the back where people's houses are. And these guys were sitting on the back. So I had just got finished washing the car. It was kind of cool that time of year, so I had a sweater on. And you know, I had that, you know, that Tres Ocho on me in the front. But you know, the little snub nose. So I seen the dude pull up and he just sitting there. So I went up to the car like, listen, man, I don't know what you got going on, but you make my wife uncomfortable, family uncomfortable. I don't know you. Do me a favor and just move on down the road, bro. He looked at me. Next thing you know, buddy just lost his mind. He started telling me this is private. I mean, this is a public road. I can park wherever I want. You don't tell me where to park. And just went into this whole thing. I'm like, listen, dude, all you got to do is move on down the road, bro. You ain't got no business over here. You don't live here. So it went from that to he just got loud and then he got out the car. I'm like, listen, man, trust me, you don't want to get out the car, bro. Please do not get out this car again and do not step on my property. That would be a bad move for you. He looked at me. He said, well, you must got something on you. I'm like, bro, just get back in your car and leave. Just get in your car and leave. He talked a little bit. He take not one more step. Like his foot was stuck in quicksand. He talked some more noise, got back in his car and left. And I'm like, man, I'm glad I ain't had to smoke that dude. And I never, ever since then, I never went outside and ran up on nobody's car and asked him anything. Because even Justified, you don't want to be popping nobody for nothing, man.
Especially by your house, right?
Yeah, I don't want them kind of problems, man.
I told y'all my neighbor, well, not my neighbor, but you know, in his neighborhood, around the corner, man, she killed her girl, man, in front of the kids. Killed her. It was a lady killed her ex-wife at the crib in front of the kids. She stalked her and waited for it too, bro. She pulled up. My neighbor to behind me, not them hating niggas, the other ones. They got it on camera. of her pulling up in somebody else's driveway, waiting for that car to pull up. When that car pulled up, she got out, she pulled up, blocked it in, followed the girl in the house. Next thing you know, police and ambulance is there, but the ambulance didn't take nothing. You know what I'm saying? They just sat there and they waited, and the coroner came. And you can see him on camera dragging the dead body out. I mean, carrying the body bag out. Dub, right side. What up, fam? Conflict resolution, man. Damn, bro. Let me play this one though. This is a police interaction. I saw Jerry talking about this earlier with the cops. I thought this would be a funny one. Let me see. I gotta move you around real quick, Puro. Shout out to Femi. Stone Tangerine, what up? Let me see. Get Dub up in here. Let me play this one clip real quick, Dub. I'm gonna go right to you. Watch these dudes start messing with this cop, bro. Watch this cop. They're gonna get it. Pretty much, they're gonna harass this dude for giving him the finger. Like I said, first he has a sign up telling people, "Hey, it's a speed trap ahead." Hey Dub, this is in Georgia too, Gwinnett County.
I am engaged in a First Amendment activity.
I think this is Gwinnett.
You are not taking my property.
Listen to me. If you put it,
are you detaining me? What are you detaining me for? What are you detaining?
Traffic,
I'm not disrupting
yes,
anything. I am engaged in a First Amendment. I am not. You're a liar. You are a liar. I have never been in traffic. Never. So you can shut that up.
Woo! I love the energy.
I'm on the side of the road, legally parked, with a sign which is protected by the First Amendment. So you can. I'm disrupting nothing. I'm gonna do it right here where I'm at. Oh, I'm not.
I have drivers coming up to me telling me that you're jumping out in traffic.
Because apparently they're erroneous. I don't give a what somebody else says. What did you witness? Nothing of the sort. So keep yourself, pal.
I love it. I love his energy. Let's play the second video. So basically, they're gonna take old boy's sign. They're just gonna take his sign, take his property, and let's see what happens next.
Put your hands on him. You see what this did? You see what he did? Don't put your hands on me. Do not give me my property back.
This is what Jerry was talking about. Bullies.
You piece of. Give me my property back. You see this? You tyrant piece of. You tyrant. What are your badge numbers?
Step back, okay?
No.
Then that guy's.
No, you stole.
He said, "Step back. Don't walk up on me like that." Y'all just stepped up on him, walked up on him, and took his shit.
Oh my property.
Did you see anything in my hands?
You
stole your property. Have a nice day.
Jerks, man. So he don't like that. So he's gonna flick him off. And watch this. So they see he gets in his car, drive by, flicks him off. They pull him over for giving him the finger.
So what? So what? It's constitutionally protected speech.
Is there a reason why you're doing that? Is there a reason why you're doing that?
You're stopping me for constitutionally protected speech, right?
Because you had your hand out the window.
This is what I did. You got a problem with that?
Sorry, listen to me.
No.
All right, listen.
Go away.
Disorderly conduct.
No, it is not.
That is disorderly conduct.
That is called freedom of speech.
If you are out in the public, you are out in the public and people see you.
No, it is not.
Here's what's going to happen.
No.
License, please.
No.
Here's what's going to happen.
I want your supervisor, please.
I am the supervisor.
Oh, that's always the worst. I want the supervisor. I am the supervisor. It's somebody over you, Sarge.
So before we go any farther, you're pulling me over for what?
Because you had your.
Then they just said two different things. He said disorderly conduct. He said because you had your finger out.
Disorderly conduct.
Now,
what?
here's what's about to happen. You're about to be arrested again for resisting arrest.
No, I'm not resisting
Yes.
it.
He didn't even tell him he was under arrest for disorderly conduct. Okay.
Well, yeah. Right now you're being detained.
For
okay?
what?
You're being detained.
I told you
why I stopped you already, sir.
For putting my middle finger up. That's correct?
No,
Correct.
no, exactly. Right.
They ain't even on the same page.
You extended your arm out the window.
No, I have my middle finger out the window.
Okay. We're going to take you in. We're going to tow the car, and we'll call social services for the kid.
Oh, so now you're threatening. Now you're threatening my child.
No, it's not a threat. It's a promise.
Bully shit.
It's the slow cop, dumb cop routine.
Bully shit. Go ahead, Dub, right side. Go ahead, you got the floor.
Sorry, that was dumb cop. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dub. I'm sorry.
Man, and first things first as always, man. Shout out to my brother Mark Nash. You're doing a hell of a job, man. I'm glad you're covering this topic tonight. I've been paying a lot of attention. And shout out to everybody on the panel. I apologize. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. It's ridiculous. This is the police in this situation. They out of control. They think that they know the law. When what's funny is I've viewed a lot of these videos, and a lot of time the police have no clue what the law is. They don't even know about the First Amendment. They can't tell you. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and I'm glad that we have people out here like this brother right here. Because at the end of the day, there are so many individuals who were stopped, and that people that police are using tactics that are unlawful.
Can't hear you, Dub.
Y'all can hear me?
I can hear you.
Hold on. Do I need to come back?
Broke
Do I
up
need
for like 5
to come?
seconds. You good?
I
You
can
good?
hear
You good now? You good?
Okay. No, I just think it is so crazy that so many people don't understand what their rights truly are, that you do have police officers out here stopping, detaining people illegally, but the individual don't know their rights and asking for ID illegally, right? And I love these type of video because it speaks on the rights that we have as individuals, the rights that police have, and that the police don't own us, they don't control us. Matter of fact, they work for us, and there are times where you need to exercise your amendment rights to make sure they're not violating them. And when they do go as far as they did in this situation, to pull the man over again, not have their story straight, right? Pulling them over illegally, even when they started from the beginning, when he was telling them they out of control. And so I love this. I'm glad that you're covering it, Mark, because these are the things that the citizens have to do to make sure that the police don't become tyrants to individuals of the state. And my last point with this being in Georgia, I'm a country boy. I done been here. I done been down in the country for a long time, and I done dealt with some of these things. And what I realized is that the more rights that you know, the more you're able to fend off police from illegally detaining you, from doing things illegally to you as a person. And so I'm proud of the brother right there. I'm proud of him.
Fair enough. I got one more clip from this video I want to play. This is the cops. You can hear them on the dash cam basically admitting that this is some bullshit. And the guy he's calling tells him, hey, look, this is not going to stick. Watch this. But they still want to just make the guy uncomfortable. They just trying to, arrest him, talking about putting the dog in, and they're going to tow the car. The kid's going to social service. The dog going to get picked up, taken to the vet. Yo, it's going to cost you money to tow your car. You're going to have to go through some paperwork to get your kid back. And it's going to be traumatizing for that kid. You're going to traumatize this kid, putting him in the system. But go ahead.
Yo, what's up, man? Hey, what? He stuck his middle finger out of the window. Oh, okay. What's that? What's that? We could lock him up for disorderly conduct. He probably won't go anywhere. Nah, what's is it like a improper hand signal or something? Charge. No, I mean, like if you stick your finger, I'm telling you, if you put your arm out the road, your hand out the road, and you're like with a middle finger, you could. That's like a, isn't that? I'm pretty sure. You sure about that?
Right. There you go. You got the cops out here. They don't even know the law, man. They don't even know the law. They're trying to make some shit up right here, man. Go ahead, y'all react to the video.
Well, I'll just say real quick. Same thing you said. It's crazy that we have officers of the law who don't even know the law. It's out of control, and once again, we need these type of individuals out here because even me myself, when I was younger, I had no clue what my constitutional rights were. So when an officer would pull me over, hell, I did damn near everything he told me to do. The reason being is because I ain't want no trouble. I don't want no smoke. But now, as I've gotten older and you see these type of videos, you understand what your rights are. We need to be exercising these rights. We need to make sure that the police ain't out of control. I was listening to somebody. They said the police, they can lie to you to get to get whatever they want out you. They can lie to you illegally. Well, damn. If I lie to the police, they gonna tell me I was trying to stop a investigation. I was doing this. I got all type of things coming at me if I lie to them, but they can lie to me. It's out of control, but it's good that we have people out here who understand what the rights of the every average day individual is, and that they going out and exercising their rights and putting these people on notice that, brother, you can't do this. It's a good thing, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Anybody else want to tell me their opinion on the video I just showed of the cops?
Sure. I'll share because I watch these often. Just so you guys know, since we're talking about this aspect, the three best civil rights auditors is Long Island Audit, the Batusai, and Honor Your Oath. Those three guys set precedents and actually create change and create changes in the laws. So I commend those guys because them guys have been arrested, put in jail for some of the most ridiculous basic human rights, basically civil rights that we have in America that unfortunately the police are not trained to deal with, because they're trained to hate the citizens. They're trained to treat the citizens as the enemy. They expect everybody that they encounter with to lie to them. That's why their disposition and their attitude and the way they operate is the way it is. So the problem with law enforcement is deep to the core. It's based on their training, based on their entire philosophy on how they operate as a police department. And until that change, none of this shit will change, because you're going to have a bunch of people who don't understand the law, who are gun-ho, getting away with doing this shit, and they get promoted, and then they teach other people to do the same shit. So it's a culture. And that's my thoughts.
Stone Tangerine, I gotta disagree. It's not baiting the cops. The cops supposed to know the law. They're not baiting cops. They're just minding their business. Constitutional protected activity.
Yeah, that's so stupid that you say baiting the cops. Okay, the thing is so dumb about this is when we're citizens, they say us not knowing the law, there's no excuse for us not knowing the law, but then police can turn around and have no knowledge of the law and get a qualified immunity and have no repercussions or anything. So one of the biggest problems is police is supposed to be to a higher standard. See, I'm not against police, but I'm against police, bad police in positions to get away with doing bad things and have no accountability. The problem is police are held to a lower standard than the citizens that they are actually to serve and protect, and that's ass backwards. And that's the problem. The accountability with officers are low. They sweep things under the rug, and it's an ongoing thing. I just saw something today about something from earlier this year where they pulled a fucking gun on a pregnant mother was 9 months pregnant with her 8-year-old son, taking him to football practice because they thought he was a teenage kid that was with gun charges and was a drug dealer, and this kid was 8 years freaking old, and they pulled guns out on him in the vehicle. I don't want to hear it. We're making excuses for bad policing and excusing it, and it's not going to change until people actually know their damn rights and stand up for them, and request and demand accountability from the police departments to actually serve the people. Period.
Go ahead, Puro or either Pittsburgh T.
Yeah, but I mean, this. Go ahead, Puro.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, man.
Well, I mean, like I echo a lot of what Brim said. I think the biggest problem we have in this country is that a lot of this stuff is kept from us, right? So you can't take a camera into the courtroom. In most courtrooms, that's up to the judge, right? But we've gotten to the point where public service is going to this thing where we don't even look at these people as public figures, and our tax dollars are actually paying the police, it's paying the court, it's paying the district attorney, and we're just letting these people go crazy, and there's no watchdog over that. Like, we can't go in the courtroom. You can't even go in the courtroom and you can go in there and sit and watch, but you cannot pull out your phone and record in most places. You just can't do it. So if you think about it on that level, where the laws are being handled and they're being made, it's away from the public, but it's supposed to be serving the public, but it's actually away from the public. Like, think of the irony of that. And the other part of it, if you look at the big picture of it, the police have a whole ranking structure. Like, it's a military style ranking structure. Why? If they're public servants and they're all supposed to be serving the public, why do they have a military style of a ranking structure? Why do they look like the military when they jump out? Like, why do they got tanks? Like, you start looking at this stuff and the big picture of this thing, it's just gotten out of control because they're just revenue generators at this point. So when they make up charges, no matter what, that dude still got to go through the whole system, contribute money through the system. There's no financial consequence to that police officer. Even if that individual turns around and sues his own tax dollars, he's going to sue the county where he is or isn't. And the county, it's no financial burden on him. He's just generating revenue. So nobody's going to knock that down with what he's doing.
Okay. I did look this up when you said it. And before I go to Puro, it said, Chief Wilson indicated that the military rank system is often rationalized as necessary to establish a visible chain of command during emergency police operations. So you need to be able to look at this guy instantly and know who's in charge here, I guess. But go ahead, Puro.
I mean, I agree with Pittsburgh and Brim. I think one of the key things that Brim brought up that is important is that, like, the cops expect the citizens to know the law, and a lot of these cops, they don't know the law themselves. I mean, I don't even think they even are required to actually, like, know the laws that they're enforcing. I think I think their process, I think, just by experience and my own personal beliefs on the matter, is that I just think they find, they have like, I don't know, an algorithm, if you want to call it, or maybe like a psychological profile of different individuals that they want to find, because I mean, like, yeah, and how Pittsburgh was saying about, there's no watchdogs or no nobody oversees, qualified immunity. I mean, these guys are so protected, bro. It's bad.
Yeah, and Mark, you don't need a military style ranking system to have a shift. Like, on your job, you got a shift supervisor, you got a manager. Like, that's what you need. You don't need, like, the military has more protections of the enemy combatants in most cases than we do. They wait till somebody fire on them when you set your foot on enemy territory before you can start firing back. You just can't just go in another country and just start shooting up shit. But the cops can just say that, it's what's the word they always use? They use
officer safety. What?
Officer safety. Yep, that's the one. Officer safety, trumps all of your rights immediately. So like this stuff is just gotten out of control, and no politician wants to really attack it in a meaningful way because they don't want to look weak on crime.
Like they're going against they're going against the police,
right?
So they give them free range to do anything. And you mentioned something, Pittsburgh T, that struck a chord with me. The whole damn, I just lost my train of thought. It was something important I was about to say. Oh man, because I'm doing multiple things at the same time. You had said something that struck a chord. Damn.
But that's New York though, bro. Because remember, they had that broken windows. All the bad shit comes from them. Remember that broken window shit where they had to stop and frisk? They just go crazy in New York, man. New York, New York sets a lot of weird precedences for a lot of shit that go throughout the country.
Oh, New York is
They
a
just get out of control.
I got out of New York. That's why I live in Connecticut now. I couldn't deal with New York. I was getting tickets for the most stupid stuff because I was on the road a lot. I was like, I can't deal with New York no more. I enjoyed it. The first time I lived in New York, I didn't drive. The last time I lived in New York, I drove, and it was hell. They were just. I think they were just actively trying to get my license because I was getting tickets for some of the stupidest stuff on the planet. I got tickets for other people speeding because they can't catch the other person. So, hey, this car looks like him, so we'll pull him over. I'm like, bro, I was doing 55 and the speed limit is 55. Well, I can't catch everybody. What the hell do you mean by that?
Yeah, that's they want.
You can catch everybody. Well, you didn't caught the wrong one today. But, okay, I remember Pittsburgh T. The whole thing about police officers and the safety and all that, the whole thing about making people get out the vehicle, and the Supreme Court has kind of trampled on our rights to some degree, because this whole thing about getting out the car, they said that's a minimal invasive procedure that does not pass your rights. So if the police tell you to get out the car, then you have to get out the car. So the thing is, police use these things that has been in place for them to circumvent the rights of the citizens to be able to do things to you or to find information that wasn't legal in the first place. The whole getting you out of your car, the whole dog sniff thing, that's a whole nother thing that just blows my mind. They do all the fake hits on the car so they can search your vehicle.
But Brim, elaborate on that a little bit. Like think about how crazy it is for the cops to say how dangerous it is for them, the interaction with the police. The interaction of them pulling you over is the most dangerous one, and they're making you get out the car. Like, how crazy is that, bro?
And the Supreme Court has allowed this.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Supreme Court has allowed it, but when they always say about that stuff, they say the most dangerous part of their job is the traffic stops. But they're making you get out your car during a traffic stop and then saying it's officer safety. Like, that's nuts. That's insane.
Go ahead, Puro. Jump in here.
I mean, shit. I'm sorry, Mark. I had a brain fart. Go ahead. Get me, bro.
Okay. I'll say this. Go ahead, Doug. Matter of fact, go ahead, Doug. You jump in.
For my first thing, my brother Puro. Now, Puro, you know you my brother. You know I love you. You know I love you. I would expect you to have something to say about this situation, but I will say the brother. And that's no disrespect, no disrespect whatsoever. You know I love you. You know I love you, brother. You know what it is. Hey man,
bro, like you said,
I would agree with the brother though, because the thing is the way. This is what we have seen, even from my perspective, at a younger age, like I brought out earlier. When I was in high school, right, pulled over damn near 20 times. I got pulled over after a basketball game that I played in by a cop who was at the basketball that I played in, at the basketball game that I played in. Got pulled over by him. He pulled me over for using the entire 8 feet of the lane. That's what he pulled me over for. Did I get a ticket? Absolutely not. The thing was, brother, you asked me if I'm drunk. You asked me if I've been drinking. You was at the game I just ended up playing. So what is this about? What are we doing right now? You telling me the reason you pulled me over because I'm using the entire length of the lane? Well, hell, what the hell is the lane there for?
Pretextual stop. Pretextual stop. That's what they call that.
What's up with this song, bro?
I was just saying that's what it was. That was a pretextual stop.
It got to a point. My partner, I let him drive my car one day, right? I'm playing Madden, true story, playing Madden with his brother, his little brother. Playing Madden at his granddaddy's house with his little brother. I said, hey, yeah, you could drive the whip to take your aunt and uncle home. They get pulled over. They got pulled over for a tag light. At this current moment in time, I'm driving an '89 Lincoln Town car. If you look it up, an '89 Lincoln Town car don't have a tag light. It don't have it.
I got a call too, Dub.
Go ahead, Mark. I apologize for being long-winded. I apologize.
No, that was a good story. I was willing to. I know where it was going, but it was interesting.
Caller 929. Turn the YouTube down in the background.
Yeah, it's off.
All right, go ahead. 929. Tell them your name, where you from. I got an
Yeah,
echo.
this is Teech from the chat. You got an echo?
Yeah, I'm hearing myself twice.
How about now?
Go ahead, Teech.
Yeah, so, yeah, I just wanted to talk about the initial topic before I go to sleep. I couldn't call in earlier.
Can't Teech, your connection
salute to
is
the panel.
Speak up. Your connection is broke up then. I don't know if you're moving the phone or what. Say it again.
No, I'm not really doing anything.
You good now. Go for it. Go for it. You good. Go. Talk to me.
All right. So just picture living in your apartment, right? Your neighbor's constantly making noise. Like it's enough to drive a person crazy, right? Now, from what I read and from what have been said is that the guy hit the ceiling for them to stop the noise, and then they stomped back. Now, he went up to confront them, and in the video, I noticed that the dude was all the way at the staircase, like nowhere near like the apartment. Dude comes out with a knife and confronts him.
Scissors, yeah.
Now, can you imagine like dealing with noise for years, and then having to deal with somebody in front of your face yelling and with a scissors? Now, in my opinion, he had every right to shoot that guy, but execution style, nah. And that's my opinion of it. I mean, I've been going through the same situation for over a year now. Neighbors making noise. Super can't really do anything about it. So you have to call the police. If the police doesn't work out, you call the building management. They send them letters. And if that doesn't work out, you go to court. And that's the process. But that takes a very long time, though. So it stresses the person out. And if you're not strong-minded, you're just going to snap. You never know what a person's going to do.
Teach, I got to give you a little pushback on this. I don't care how long it takes.
All right.
It's less time than what he's about to get in prison. Because he's about to get a life in prison.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and I don't advocate for gun violence. It's just that, and I'm a person who actually like wants the Second Amendment to go away. I want it to be gun free. But if it's like at this point that you have, yeah. But at this point where you have access to guns, it's like you just never know what somebody's gonna do.
So what's the before I let you go? Your neighbor's making noise. What part of the process are you on?
The letters. So that the building already sent them 3 letters, and they still constantly making noise. Slow down a bit, but they still do it. So I actually wrote in the comments earlier. I sent an email tonight. I guess it's Halloween night, so they're gonna make noise, but it's something that I don't want to deal with.
Okay, somebody on the panel got a question for you. Go ahead, Dub.
No, I wanted to ask when when you say this, right? Are you speaking in general? Are you speaking? I don't know. It's interesting because when you say something along the lines of, and I want to make sure I get what you said correct. So I would ask that you restate that opinion. I believe I know it, but I would ask that you restate your opinion that you just stated shortly.
So I think what you're thinking right now is exactly what I'm saying. It's like I'm putting myself in this guy's shoes, right? And I mean, with the situation that I'm going through now, I've actually had some thoughts of doing something. That's how bad it is. But I'm not at that point Well, let's just say I'm not as crazy as.
What is doing something? What does that mean?
I don't know. It's just that I've had thoughts of doing something bad. That's the best way I could put it.
You said the best way you could put it is you had thoughts of doing some things.
Yeah, some things, yeah. And don't
Can we
worry.
elaborate? I mean, I want to ask I want to ask a question, but I want to be sure on your point before I ask the question. Then, because
it's kind of dragging out a little bit. Yeah, it's dragging out. Just ask him.
I'm gonna let the brother have his time. I'm gonna let him have his time. I digress from my question. I digress.
Because I think he's pretty clear. Like, he thinks that guy, the guy was in the right for shooting that guy. But he's probably biased because he's going through his own thing. But he did say, hey, the kill shot and the execution part was too much. But I want to tell you something though, Teech. He didn't have to go up there and kick that man's door at all. He's in the wrong for leave your apartment, get the gun, walk upstairs, go to his door, kick the door. Yeah, he kicked, and then you go stand by the staircase. You could have stayed your ass in your crib. You can't go to somebody kick their door because now you're making them uncomfortable when they're on home.
But that's the thing. When a person snaps, you never know what he's going to do.
Right. You don't even know what you want to do, but you know you about to snap one day.
Right.
All right, Teech. I appreciate you calling in, man. I'm sorry.
But does the snapping? So when you say snap, and this is why I wanted him to rephrase it or ask it in a different way. When you say snapping, if an individual, first off, when we say snap, that's different for everybody. When an individual is protecting himself, you know what I'm saying? When they going off of legally a buying contract when they purchased their gun. And now they protecting themselves with that. How is that man how is he wrong?
How is who wrong?
But let me ask you a question, Dub. Could you also think about the shooter saying that he did it for self-defense? If the guy came at him with a knife.
Hold on. Say that again. Say that again.
Could you
say it again, Teech? My apologies. Because say it again. I didn't hear it clearly.
He's saying it now. Say it again, Teech.
Okay, my apologies.
Yeah. Could you also argue that the gunman did it for self-defense?
Maybe you could argue that. I don't have the evidence to argue that.
Well, I mean, the guy came at him with scissors, right? Right at his throat.
Problem is, his back was turned when he decided to shoot him, though, and he was going the opposite direction. He wasn't coming at him at the time.
Hold on, I won't teach. My bad. I'm out of order.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Teech. Reply to what Brim said. Brim said he shot him in the back.
Well, I mean, I can't rebut. I mean, I really can't rebut that.
Teech, you be safe out here, man. Don't do nothing crazy with that neighbor. I appreciate you calling in. I got to get you off the phone because that echo is bothering me.
All right.
I appreciate you,
bro.
Have a good one, guys. You too. Shout out my guy Teech for calling in. Yeah, man, I would have loved to have Teech stay on a little bit more. But
shout out to Teech, man. Shout out to Teech.
He had a different perspective, you know. It would have been nice to investigate that perspective.
That's probably why, because he's going through noise complaints himself. So he's trying to say it's just
he better leave that gun at his house. He better leave that gun at the crib when he go over there to go talk to that neighbor.
He said he ready to blaze them out.
And don't make it no better. He don't took him to trial. He was like, Dub up there interrogating. I was like, but Dub, don't get him to do it. But I was like, I just want to make sure I heard you right. You heard him, Dub. He think that dude was in the right, man. Self-defense. You heard him right.
Teech, don't be kicking that man Doe in. You hear us. Leave that man Doe alone.
Go through the paperwork, Teech. That man said, well, it takes a long time. I don't care how long it takes. It's less than life in prison.
Abrazos, no balazos, Holmes.
What you say? You sound like the cop that was at Jerry House. What you say?
No, it's like the Mexican president's like stance on the narcos. You know, hugs, not bullets.
You know what? If it was this 2023, if it was 1923, he would probably be all right.
Okay.
Bro, but as far as narcos go, I feel a kind of way about that too, because we still got people that got like 20, 30 years for weed charges, and weed is legal in a lot of these states, man. So that's a crazy thing.
But it wasn't legal when you caught the case.
And it wasn't legal when we were selling it to other countries either and putting the money in our coffer either.
Oh, Lord.
Talk that shit. Pittsburgh T, that's true.
With niggas selling Nick sacks at the school, bro. They ain't got nothing to do with these Nick sack niggas selling them.
Shit, where they got that Nick sack, they don't produce it. Where they got it from? This New Jack City moment. This shit bigger than New Jack City. It's that light skinned nigga sitting over there.
But this is the problem. This is. Oh, go ahead. I apologize.
No. Go ahead. No, I'm just hyping up. Go ahead, man.
The problem you can't have that stand. So now the question becomes, when you take that stance, the question becomes where the drugs came from. When you take that stance, when you take that stance, that's what the question becomes. And if I would ask that, where do you think the drugs came from?
They ain't come from this country. How did they get here without stopping them? That's the question. That's the real question. We don't produce it here.
Well, we can tell you the answer. We can tell you the answer, or not even me. I can tell you the answer. Go ahead. I apologize. Y'all know I get long-winded. I don't want
to. Dub, please stop apologizing, man. We kicking it. You ain't got.
I ain't trying to. Well, this is the thing. When the brothers say that, we know where the drugs came from. The drug came across the southern border. They came across the southern border, right?
But how? Why did we didn't stop them? Why didn't we stop them when we stopped the dude from? We got people locked up.
And this is the greatest thing about it. This is the greatest thing about it right here. The question you just asked: why didn't we stop them? The reason we didn't stop them is because, and this is where I'm gonna get hate at. This is what I already know what it is, but I'm okay with it. The reason we didn't stop them is because motherfuckers voted for Joe Biden.
Nah, it's because we ain't in the business.
Bro, this is way before Joe Biden.
Nah, this was before Joe Biden, bro. That was before Joe Biden.
And no, this is the problem with what you're saying right now. The problem
I'm talking about the people locked up right now. The people that got licenses. That's before Joe Biden.
Go ahead. I'm gonna be quiet and let me know when I'm good. Go ahead.
No, I'm talking about the people that right now that got 20 years. They still got they got a quarter. They got 10. That's way before Joe Biden. Joe Biden, as we know right now, he ain't even done enough damn. He wasn't even here when these people I'm talking about. Like the Iran-Contra and all that stuff, that's way before him. That's every president. That's just not even just him.
All right. And I'll go off of that then. I'll go off of that piece of it. The thing is according to what you're saying, is that, and if we want to go back, I would agree with you. I would agree if we go back to the Clinton administration, if we go back to the Bush administration, the Obama administration, I would agree with you. The problem is the problem is that we've seen a lot of these things, especially illegals crossing the border. And I don't mean, when I say illegal, I don't mean that they illegally citizens. I'm saying that they illegal aliens that's coming into the country. They're coming into the country illegally. That's all I'm saying. And at the end of the day, I think they come in and they have a role that they provide. I do think that. The thing is that we had somebody who was shutting it down. Trump was shutting it down. Now what we're seeing now is that immigration, illegal immigration, is at its all-time high under the current president that we have. These are facts. These are facts.
Bro,
So
that's a trick bag.
Okay, so let's pass it around. Go ahead.
go ahead.
Let somebody else get in. Me and Dub can go from me. Go ahead.
No, I want to hear what you
Okay, well, that's a trick bag. Because look, like the all-time highs and all that, like where's the economy right now? The economy is trash. If it's trash here, what you think it is in other countries? Like it's not exclusive to
What
here.
does
So
what does the economy have to do? The economy being trash right now. What does that have to do with illegal immigration? We moving the goalposts here.
No, we're not. That's the reason why they're
Mark
coming
Nash.
here.
Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, because you were talking for a long time and everybody was quiet. You got to let him say more than one line. Go ahead, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but that's the reason why they're coming over here is for the economy. And as far as illegal immigration, no president really took that serious because all they got to do is go on the construction sites, go in the agriculture field and check IDs. They need to start with the companies, not the borders. They're coming here for the economy. That's what they're coming here for. If there's no work here, then they're not coming here. But that still don't have anything to do with the drug thing. The drug thing is a completely different situation because we benefit from that. We done created whole agencies, the DEA, the prosecutors, all these special forces within the police forces. All of that stuff happened because of drugs. We got airplanes, we got a Coast Guard, we got all kind of stuff based off of that premise, off of searching that and allegedly stopping that. The whole war on drug and stuff is just nonsense.
Facts.
Go ahead, Puro. Let me hear
Yeah, I mean, shit. Times have changed. You know, like I'm a first generation Mexican, so you know, my parents came over here illegally back in the 70s. But like nowadays, you know,
Shout out to Puro.
Thank you, nowadays, I think the border situation has been so politicized. There's a lot of disinformation that goes around. Like if my parents were in Mexico today, like if they're in the situation they were in the 70s, they wouldn't even come over here because it'd be too expensive to live, especially in California. A lot of the illegal immigration that we have coming over is from like the other countries like you know, Guatemala, El Salvador, Haiti, other Central American countries where they have like destabilized security or whatever.
Sorry.
You know, but it's an easy target to put it on Mexicans, you know, because we've been traditionally the ones that immigrated to this country because, you know, we're right next door, you know. So yeah, I mean, like
real quick, Puro, can I say this? It's not. I'm not blaming it on any because I don't think it's Mexicans. I don't think it's any certain group. See, everybody come across this motherfucker. I watched an individual from El Salvador, I believe, speaking on people who are flying to his country. This is what this man said. I didn't say this. He said it. They flying to his country so they can make the trip to migrate into the U.S. And they flying from Africa. They flying from the Middle East. They flying from Asia. They flying from all around the world. So I'm not saying it's a certain people. I'm not trying to blame a certain people. What I'm saying is that it's out of order. These people are. Shout out to Eric Mays. Shout out to Eric Mays from Flint, Michigan. They out of order.
But it's been like that, dog. When Obama was in office, you know, Obama had a historic amount of people. You know, Obama had a historic amount of people that he. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, he cut Puro off. You cut him off.
I did. I apologize.
Go ahead, Puro. Go ahead.
Real quick. Go ahead, Puro.
Yeah, no, I just want to say, I also think like even like you were saying, Pittsburgh, like, yeah, at one point in time, you know, it didn't matter if it was Mexicans, you know, Central Americans or whatever. Yeah, economy was a big issue why they would immigrate a lot of the time. Did my mic mess up, Mark?
Nah, it was somebody was clipping in the background. I think it was Dub.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But go aheave, finish.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, it's like, you know, I think economics is always going to be a big reason why, you know, somebody would leave, you know, the country where they were born. But, you know, a lot of it's because, you know, a lot of social unrest in, I think Venezuela, you know, at a big, you know, I'm not too in touch, you know, with that type of stuff. But I mean, I know like the times have changed. I know there's a lot of disinformation, you know.
All right. It's open back up to everybody. Go ahead, Doug.
Yeah, but you know, Obama had the most deportations in presidential history when he was in. Then came Trump. So like these historic numbers that we have to do them in the right scope. Like the deportation numbers always go up because the amount of people trying to come over here goes up as the economy gets worse here. It gets worse everywhere else. So like the Guatemalas and all those places where they're traveling through Mexico and Central America to get to America, those numbers are going to go up because if it's bad here, it's going to be 10 times worse there.
But it's not necessarily true. And the reason I say it's not necessarily true is because hey, just look at the information and the facts that's out there. Under Trump, a lot of these, the reason, I do agree. Obama had the most deportations. Trump had the second most deportations. I agree with that. The thing is it's not about deporting individuals. It's about stopping individuals. And in the current situation that we in, the individual, I don't even know how we got this conversation, but Trump stopped more individuals than anybody else did. He stopped them. And so,
but he can't. If he's the second least of deportations, he can't though, dog. You just said that.
No, that's not true. So once again, just because he leads or he's the second leader in deportations, that only comes from the previous administrations allowing motherfuckers in. So he deported them. Outside, like I say, outside of Obama, he deported the most motherfuckers. Obama deported more people than Trump did. It wasn't about the deportation. It was about controlling the border, right? It's about controlling the border. It's interesting that we having this conversation, and then we had earlier today, I believe today, either today or yesterday, we had an individual from the Biden administration go in front of the Senate and say that, well, yeah, we do have these terrorist threats, right? Well, why we got these terrorist threats? Because you done let motherfuckers in that across the border illegally. You done let them in, and you haven't been vetting them accordingly. I think they are vetting them to some degree because you can't tell me that these cells have come across without vetting people. So you had to vet them to some degree, maybe not to the full degree, but you had to vet them to know who these people are. And to say that we have these threats in the country, you had to vet the people. So I ask questions about all of that. Am I right about it? It ain't even about me being right. It ain't even about me being right. It's about me asking the question, trying to get a better understanding of what the hell is going on. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, because he's saying that they're letting them in.
But how are they letting them in? That's like when we say they're letting them in, like Biden and Trump. Trump was the president before Biden. What is Biden doing different than what Trump is doing? Is he cutting funding? Is he removing agents? What is he doing different? There's like really no serious real policy on immigration that we really have had in this country for at least 20 something years. It's all like a little game where they just get people emotionally ramped up. If they really want to do that, what they'll do is they'll go to these work sites and they'll use E-Verify and see if people actually got social security numbers. And they know where they at. They know they at the construction sites. They know they on the agricultural fields. They know where these people at. But they ain't gonna do that because D.R. Horton, Tyson Foods, Purdue, all these big people, they're gonna have to deal with. And they're not really trying to do that because that's who all their donors are. So they get us in the middle arguing about this stuff. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question? Under Trump, was illegal immigration higher or lower under excuse me, under Obama, Trump, and Biden? Where was the lowest amount of illegal immigration? Who represented that? Which president?
How could we know illegal immigration? They're not reporting. The whole reason they're illegal is they're not reporting. How would we know that?
No, this is the craziest part about it. You're saying they're not reporting. They do report it. Matter of fact, ICE, the border security, they go out, and when an individual come into this country, especially on the southern border, when they come in this country illegally, right, there are numbers that are being taken. There are numbers there. So if we speak on the numbers that are being taken, you tell me who had the worst amount of illegal immigration. I'm gonna put it on your footstep.
Bro, but that's that's just the remember. Yeah, because they can change the way that they take numbers, and then remember they're illegal, so they ain't catching the people that's coming off the boat in Miami. They ain't catching the people that's driving across the border in Canada. They ain't catching the people that's here and that's going work visas and they not fucking going back. Like those numbers can be slanted depending on how they pull that information. They always change those numbers. That's not nothing new, but there's nothing to really stop the real issue. None of this stuff is changing it.
It goes back to the conversation I asked from the beginning. I agree with you, but they all judged on the same thing. Would you agree on that or not?
No, they changed parts of the numbers. Like, look, I'll give you an example. Like, if you look at the map,
Go ahead, brother.
If you change the way that you pull numbers, you're going to skew the numbers. If you change the way that you're getting information, you're going to skew the numbers. Like if you go on the travel list and you go on the United States travel list to see which countries are banned, under Obama and Trump, they had two completely different ways of which they determined what was banned and what wasn't banned. What changed the way that they did it? That's actual truth.
You lying?
I looked at the map. How would I be lying about that? When I traveled, I remember looking at the map and they changed the way that they pulled that shit. Why would I be lying about it? Even the way that they classify what's going to be on a travel ban or not, they changed that.
Can I tell you how
so
you
they
lying?
can change the information.
Can I tell you how you, if you go back and look, when Trump when he introduced the quote unquote travel ban against Muslim countries, right? He picked some shit that Obama had already had in place. He used the same countries that was given from the prior administration, Obama. He used the same countries. So how is his ban different from the difference of the 7 countries that Obama had given him? He placed the ban on those countries.
He also had bans on Mexico, bro. You know he had bans on Mexico? You know that?
Oh, go ahead.
Did you know, besides the African countries that you're talking about, which is all across the news, I was traveling, so I knew this for a fact. He also placed bans on Mexico, some of European countries, some of Canada. That had nothing to do with what you're talking with that stuff that was politicized. So the reason why he did it, go ahead.
Hold on, you can't. You when you say these things, we gotta check them. You tell me when Trump placed the ban on Canada. You tell me when Trump placed the ban. I mean, you're telling me that he placed the ban on these alternate countries. It never happened. So when I want you to give me the information. Maybe I'm misinformed, and that's a very good possibility. I could be very misinformed. So please elaborate on the countries that Trump placed the ban on that Obama didn't already have a part of the 7 Muslim countries he was putting the ban on. You let me know who those countries are and when it happened.
Bro, there's a such thing as a travel restriction. Is a travel restriction a ban? Because he had plenty of countries that was under travel restrictions. Some countries were all out banned. So he had travel restrictions on new countries such as Mexico. Let me rephrase it so make it very clear. You had travel restrictions on Mexico. You had travel restrictions on Canada. You had travel restrictions on certain, meaning that you can go there, but not certain areas that didn't happen prior to the previous administration.
That's a lie. He never had travel restrictions on Mexico. He never had travel restrictions.
He did, bro. I looked at the map, bro. Like you telling me something you saw on the news. I'm telling you what I saw for a fact.
So you telling me that there was a travel ban on Mexican natives to come in to the United States. You telling me there was a travel ban placed on them by Trump? That's what you telling me.
Bro, that's not what a travel ban is. See, that's what we mixing up at. That's not what a travel.
Here we go. So, we'll break down the travel ban since clearly I'm wrong. I'm clearly wrong. Break down the travel ban.
Travel ban can be from your country being the United States that puts on the map where you look at the map and they highlight in the color from red to blue to yellow, telling you these places you want to be careful from, these places do not go, these places you cannot go. That's from United States to American citizens. That's what a travel ban is. That all adjusted under from Trump to Obama, and it's adjusted from the previous one.
When did it happen in Mexico? It never happened. It never happened.
No, Trump's his was called a Muslim ban. It wasn't necessarily Mexico, and it was called executive order. It was also called a travel ban. That was the lamest term, but it was called executive order 13. Let me give you the exact number because you can Google this. 13. I just lost my spot. Scroll down. Executive order 13780. March 17. It was the second. And it was the second one he put out, and it was the revised travel ban rescinded the original travel ban for people from 6 majority Muslim countries, same as the name before, but they took Iraq off. But I can give you the names of those countries. It was Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen for 90 days. Then he put another one out, presidential proclamation 9645. A third travel ban that replaced the second one, and this was for certain nations like Venezuela, North Korea, and the same 6 Muslim countries that I named before, but he removed Sudan and added Chad. Another one, October the 24th, 2017, he had Egypt, Iran, Iraq, Libya, Mali, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. That was for 90 days, and yeah, you can just look this up. It's public information.
Real quick, Martin Nash, if you don't mind, and I know you're a hell of a researcher.
The last part is once Biden got in office, he removed all of those.
So it wasn't no travel. Wait a minute, but it wasn't no travel restrictions. That's what I'm saying. No, but that's the difference. The travel ban and travel restrictions are completely different. Like I hear what you're saying, and I hear exactly what you guys are saying, and you guys. I get what you're saying, but you're not hearing my point of what I'm telling you. Administration can put travel restrictions on a country without going to Congress, without having to put legislation. They do not have to do legislation for that. Those maps will change.
With that, I agree with it, but travel bans, they differ per administration. And like Mark just brought up, and this is the thing. Mark, like he just brought up, and Mark, I would ask you, were any of those countries that you named, right? Were any of them not on the previous ban that the Obama administration put on?
Yeah, none of those people were allowed to. People from Egypt were allowed to come to America. Trump said, "No, you can't come here no more."
I didn't ask about Egypt. I asked about all those bans that you spoke on.
You said were any?
Agree. Let me rephrase my question. I apologize. Rephrasing the question. Were the majority of those individuals that Trump put on the quote unquote terrorist? I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. On the terrorist ban, quote unquote, are any of those other countries on the same terrorist ban that Obama put on?
I don't recall him putting one on. I can look it up though.
Please, I would ask you to.
Okay.
I digress. I'll pass the mic.
Yeah, but I still don't see how any of that's a solution to the actual the immigration issue that we have. Like, that doesn't actually fix the problem. It just makes us feel good and have a talking point. Like, none of that actually addresses the real issue of any of that.
It does address the issue. I'm gonna tell you how it addresses the issue. First off, I do. Let me rephrase. I do agree. It doesn't address the issue. The reason it doesn't address the issue is because at this current moment in time, the southern border is still open. So individuals are coming through the southern border left and right, regardless. So I do agree with you there. I do agree. The thing is this. At some point in time, regardless, we have to have an understanding of who these people are. And in my opinion, this is where they tell me I done became a sexist, a misogynist, and what else am I? I'm something else. I can't remember what else am I. What am I? I'm I don't know. When it come down to it, all I'm saying is we need to know who's coming into the country. We need to know this. I watched the hearing yesterday by what's his name? The CIA director. I can't call his name right now, Ray. And the man said, he said, well, we probably got multiple Hamas individuals in the country that's planning something. We need to be on lookout for it. He ain't saying in those words, but that's what he said. And so,
bro, they know who's coming in this country, bro. They got camera, they got satellite imagery everywhere, and they got artificial intelligence. Don't let these people fool you. They have no motivation to stop this stuff, bro. I got that they ain't got no motivation to stop it. I got that. All I'm saying is if an individual who is a part of this administration, a high-ranking individual, can sit here and tell me, well, I know that these cells are in the country, and the people need to be on lookout because they may be trying to do something. That's what Director Ray said in the Senate hearing. I didn't say this. This is what he said. And so when I'm saying these things, why wouldn't I address them? Why wouldn't I speak on them? And then why would we keep electing the same individual who allowing this to happen? Why would we keep doing that?
Okay, I want to say this. The Obama administration did put those 7 countries, Iraq, Syria, Iran, Sudan, Libya, Somalia, and Yemen, on a list that makes the travel to United States somewhat more difficult. But he did, but it doesn't say they were
outright banned.
Yeah, but I did see something right here. It says the Obama signed law contains provisions that restrict travel to the United States for people who lived or visited Iran, Iraq, Sudan, Syria since March of 2011. They must have a visa to enter the United States. They cannot use what's known as a visa waiver program, which allows 90 days U.S. visits for foreign visitors. So they couldn't use that. Y'all better get a visa to come over here. And he had signed that in law into December of 2015. So it seems like you're pretty much right.
I need a little help real quick, Mark. I need a little help. And I want your opinion. I want your honest opinion. I don't want you to help me. I want your honest opinion. Am I biased? Am I out of control for saying that this is what happened and then this is what we're seeing now? Have I been lying to the people, in your opinion, Mark? Have I been lying to the people?
Well, like I said in the chat, lying, for me, lying requires intent. That's knowing the truth and willfully telling a falsehood. That's lying. It has intent. People have misinformation. People misspeak all the time. So, but also people just have an opinion based off the information that they're presented. So I wouldn't say you're a liar. You just have a strong opinion based off the news that you intake, the way you see the world as well. That's my take. But, let's
pass the floor. I pass the floor.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, but look, I'm a Trump supporter, but I don't think the idea that Trump did such a thing with the border, I think that's a fallacy. I don't think no administration has really taken nothing serious, a hard look at that. That's the problem with that. Like I can be a Trump supporter and say that doesn't make it, like that part of it I don't agree with, because these people still find jobs, they still find employment, and they're working at a lot of these major companies where they have, I'll send Mark a video of a CEO of one of the major home builders during COVID saying that they need to let people in for COVID at the border because they having problems finding workers. Remember, they couldn't find workers. after COVID. So these are the issues that they do not want to tackle. No politician is serious about it, be it the president, the senator, the congressman, you name it, because of these big corporations that pack their coffers with money. They don't want to be serious about this stuff.
Let me take this call. I got another call. 410, you got the flow. Tell them your name.
It's me, Mark.
Okay,
Jerry.
Jared, talk to me.
There was one guy that was serious about immigration, and that was Donald Trump. The bottom line is you can't have a sovereign nation if you don't have protected borders. We cannot have people flooding into this country unvetted, where we don't know their names, we don't have their fingerprints, we don't know their blood type, none of that. So here's a little example. You've seen a show, Forensic Files, right? Where if you leave behind hair, semen, any bodily fluid after committing a crime, they can find you if they compare it to a forensic profile. When you come into this country illegally, there is no forensic profile. So if you don't catch that person in the act of a violent crime, let's say, you're not catching them, because even if they leave behind blood, semen, fingerprints, you have nothing to compare it to. It's foolish to think that anybody, I'm going to tell you why the current administrations and Democrats as a whole, why they don't want to do anything about the illegal border crossing, because they see those people as potential votes. The same reason they don't want voter ID. It's not hard to figure it out. They're not doing anything about them coming over here, and they constantly pushing for no voter ID, because those Latin folks who are good people, they're looking for work, and we need that labor force. No question about it, because folks here, black and white, don't want to do labor. This generation don't want to do labor, and any country needs a labor force. So they've really filled a void there. But at the same time, the United States, we already have a minority. It's black people, and their forefathers paid a heavy price for their piece of the pie. And when you replace one minority with another, it hurts the current minority. They're going to take the jobs. They're going to suck up public resources and things like that. So, yeah, by all means, this is a country of immigrants. They need to make it easier for the immigrants to get vetted and to be here legally, and not as expensive as it is. But at the same time, they got to put a cap on the number and just let them know. We just can't just take everybody. We just can't. No matter.
Votes though, Jerry?
Pardon?
How are they potential votes though, Jerry?
Because I can say, well, go ahead, Jerry. Go ahead. I apologize.
Yeah, because if you don't need an ID to vote, then anybody can go into the voting house to vote. You see?
I mean, that's not necessarily true, because they have voter rolls.
Yeah, that's not true, bro. That's not true, man. That's just some nonsense that's been peddled, man. And then like Trump didn't do any, like he didn't stop the border. Like this idea that Trump stopped the border, he didn't free the border. He didn't clean the border up. That means we didn't have any immigration coming. We didn't have any illegals coming in when Trump was there.
No,
when we say statements like that.
Not what I mean. And this is the thing. First, I want to respond, Mark. Go ahead. I know you. I apologize. I
don't want you to be too long-winded, like, because I'm.
I apologize. Run your show. Run your show. Let me know when it's my turn. I apologize.
Are you good? And please stop apologizing. You good? Go ahead, Jerry. I want Jerry to be able to reply to y'all one at a time, because you say something, then he was trying to reply. I want to be able to reply to everybody one at a time. Go ahead, Jerry.
Well, okay, so it's no misnomer about voting fraud. Why do you think the subject of voter ID is constantly coming up? If you had to have ID in every state, the subject would never come up. So that's why it comes up, and that's why the Democrats don't want to do anything about it. But what they don't know, and I know this from working with Latino guys from Mexico, Guatemala, probably 150 Latinos over the last 25 years since I've owned my landscape business, is that when they first come here, the first 3 or 5 years, they're liberal minded. But once they start working and earning and paying like a working man in the U.S. does, they become conservative. Where they come from, there is no welfare. like that. There's no social welfare. They're a little offended by the idea of it even. And so, there's a backfire mechanism there. But you got to give me a good reason, because I gave you a good reason as to why they allow it. Now give me a reason, if you don't want mine, why they allow it.
Go for it, Dub, and then let's pass it around. Or I don't know what were you pro or con, Dub, but there you go, Dub. All right, somebody else then. Who's you talking to, Jerry?
Yeah, cause
go ahead, Jerry.
But that's not even like the whole voter ID thing. That's another misnomer. Like, if we got this voter ID thing that's so bad, where we got all this rampant vote, where are the people getting locked up, right? And then these governors, we're playing this game, and it's very selective. So we'll have a presidential race. So we'll say we don't like the president that got in there. So it had to be presidential voter fraud. But these same people voted for the governor. They ain't pushing that Republican governor back or Democratic governor back. They ain't saying there was no fraud there. So it's all selective. It's this game we play. Like, some of this stuff, there's no proof of any of that. It's just something that's just been well said. That doesn't mean that it's proven. It's just something that's just said a lot.
Yeah, and the only part about being like legally prosecuted has been from the ones that like literally have accused of the fraud. It hasn't been like liberal.
But this is the thing.
There is generalization.
Go ahead, Jerry.
That's some just vague generalizations. Voter ID comes up every election cycle. If it wasn't an issue, it wouldn't come up every single election cycle, but it does. And so let's not front like we've never heard about it or this or that, because it is real and there's a reason for it. Now, if you say to me, well, these big corporations are benefiting from this cheap labor, I will tell you this. I'm in the landscape business. Brickman, who they got a new name now, but Brickman is the biggest landscape business in the business. They're in the United States, Mexico. They're a huge outfit. One of their outposts was right down the street from me. Back probably 8 or 9 years ago, they and a whole bunch of other landscape companies around here got busted for having illegal immigrants. You know what kind of fine you got to pay? It was like $22,000 per individual. I'm telling you right now, you can think that these people are hiring illegals at those kind of numbers, but they're not. They're simply not.
Pass it around. Go ahead, Doug.
I don't, and I understand where Jerry comes from. I don't think it's so much that. This is my thing right here. When we speak on the voting population, the first thing is respectful. I say this respectfully. I have no problem with immigrants, but at the same time, if you're not a citizen of the country, you shouldn't be able to vote. That's the first thing. Not able to. Say it again.
Not able to.
Okay, well, and this goes to the point that Jerry brought up. There are a lot of municipalities, states, counties. There's a lot of individuals who aren't checking, like he brought up voter ID. You don't have to have voter ID. You don't have to show an ID to vote. There are multiple. Hold on, Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
You have to be registered to vote, though, Deb.
No, that's not true. It's not true.
Every election house, or if you want to call it, has voter rolls. You have to go in. You have to know the name of
the problem. Hold on. And we can talk about it.
Your audio chopping, Dub. I don't know if you're moving around or what, but your audio's chopping.
Am I choppy? I'm choppy.
It was choppy a while ago. You good now? Go ahead.
No. And Puro, the problem is if you want to bring up voter rolls, if you want to bring these things up, okay, that's fine. The first thing is that the individual who are not registered, who are not or who have come across the border, they're not going to be on the voter rolls. That's the first thing. The second thing is when you truly look at voter rolls, a lot of times you have individuals who done died, it's individuals on this voter roll that shouldn't be on the voter roll. It's not consistent. It's not kept the way it should be kept. This is why I'm saying that at the end of the day, you need to have in-day person voting. Go in, show your ID, vote, right? Let your vote count. Go show your ID, you vote, and you move forward. Win, lose, or draw. I don't give a damn. All I'm saying is that if you stop the nonsense, look at we first off, we've had individual calls since it was Bush, when Bush brother was in Florida. We thought, a lot of individuals thought it was a legalness going on there, right? That's a fact. When Hillary Clinton,
just to let you know, it's starting to get long. There's 6 people up here. Just to let you know.
Last 2 points. When Hillary Clinton came out and said that she was robbed and that Russia interfered with her election, they investigated Trump. That's cool. I'm cool with it. All I'm saying is that if this man saying that there was something illegal going on, let's fix it and let's vote accordingly and let the best man win. That's all I'm saying. I apologize for being long-winded, Martin.
I apologize, but please, bro. Let's just start fixing it.
Bro, but none of that, what you like, look, like voter fraud, the Bush is the best example. When we had the hanging Chad in Florida where they had to go recount the tickets that people was punching, like the Scantron sheets, and recount them. They had a judge come in and stop them at the last minute for recounting them. For the actual recount, they stopped it completely. And we didn't even, and what happened? The Republican won, the other side conceded, and we didn't even have this thing. Like, there's never been any proof of any voter fraud. It's just always one side saying it. They say, hey, we need voter ID. Why do we need voter ID? Because there's fraud. Okay, cool. Where's the fraud at? They'll put out these small examples, never on the mass scale. And then when they do say the voter fraud, they don't want to rescind the governor for that state. They don't want to rescind the senator for that state. Why? Because those are their party affiliates. So that's all a game.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Democrats cry voter fraud every single election cycle, but the last one, where there was unprecedented mail-in ballots, which is a breeding ground for voter fraud. Unprecedented amounts of mail-in ballots, but somehow that one came off without a hitch. Now, any other election cycle, they cry voter fraud, voter suppression. But that one, where there was an open door for it because their man won, there was no, that one went off without a hitch.
Nah, we definitely complained about Georgia, in Georgia and North Carolina as well. A lot of people complain about voter suppression, sir.
When?
In the Biden Trump election.
Stacey Abrams.
A lot of people was complaining about
it. I've been paying attention to politics for about 35 years.
Jerry, but just that doesn't mean I'm lying. That doesn't mean I'm lying about that. People did complain about voter suppression in the last election, especially here in Georgia. It was a whole big case. It was a big deal. They even shut, especially in North Carolina as well, because they were shutting down polls, so people had to go further and further to vote, and they had to stand in long lines. They was like, you can't even give people water no more. Or, back in the day, I can hold the line for my mom, and she can go get some food, and we could come back and eat and all that. No, they cut that out too. Like, trust me, it was all over the news here in Georgia and in North Carolina. People did complain about voter suppression that last election cycle. Sorry, that's not true, sir.
But even with them complaining, and I agree with you, Martin Nash. Oh no, it's on Jerry. I apologize. It's on Jerry.
I did not hear it to the level that I've heard in many, many election cycles. And this one, like I said, with the mail-in ballots, it was a real open door for that. Lots of things happened in that last election that never happened before. When I went to bed, Trump was ahead in all 4 swing states. And usually they never stop counting those ballots until they're done. Sometimes it's 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. But in this case, they shut those voting houses down for some reason. And then the next day, somehow he had lost the lead in all 4 of those states. And 3 of those states, he had a double-digit lead. I'm not going to get too far off on that.
Yeah, because all of that's been misproven in court.
Sorry,
but Jerry, but let me add one little caveat just to make Jerry's point invalid, based off what he said. You said it was an unprecedented amount. It was also during COVID. So yes, Jerry, it is going to take longer than normally. If it took 5 or 6 in the morning, it's going to take even longer than that because they got an enormous amount of mail-in ballots. And you have to count, and they always counted those afterwards, right? So that's why it took longer than normal, Jerry, because of COVID too.
Well, why didn't it take longer than normal in the states that weren't swing states?
COVID.
Their votes were calculated.
Okay.
It just came down to the 4 swing states.
Fair enough. Let's pass it back around. Go ahead. I think Dub was trying to get in Puro and Pittsburgh. Go ahead.
No, I just want to say I do agree with you, Mark, because it was very in the previous it was very controversial. It was very controversial. So I do agree with you that this is not a one-off. The thing is all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, I understand COVID. I understand it. Even with COVID, I went and voted in person. My mama voted in person. My grandma voted in person. My grandma's 76 years old. If anybody's susceptible to COVID, she's susceptible. She had a mask on. We all voted in person. And when you have these things going on, when you have mail-in ballots, and you have individuals who done claimed cheating in the election before Trump we done heard cheating for the last 3 elections. We heard it with we heard it with Jeb Bush. You know what I'm saying? I think Obama first election was clean. I believe I don't remember nobody claiming cheating then. In the second election, you had Republicans. They was claiming cheating then. Then you had Hillary Clinton, Trump come in. Hillary Clinton, she claiming election fraud. These are claims that are always made. This is but the difference is the treatment of the individual claiming or claiming fraud. In this situation, when Trump claimed fraud, we had hearings, and the only reason I know this is because I was looking for the nigga to get in. I was like, hey, they finna fuck his ass up. He finna get caught. Russia helped his ass, and I'm looking and I'm watching and I'm waiting for him to get caught. This is my first time really getting into politics. And what I realized was they ain't catch him on shit, and that these motherfuckers, they was lying like everybody else done been lying. So I have to make a judgment off of that. I passed the mic.
I mean, another part of that too, like to Jerry's point, as far as the illegal immigrants and companies aren't going to do that, that's absolutely not true, bro. It depends on what state you're in and what they got going on. Because like Florida, California, they notoriously, these big companies, big manufacturers, from agriculture to the landscape people from the smaller scale, they absolutely have illegal immigrants. That is not going to change. Maybe where you live at, that's not happening. I know for a fact where I'm at, it's all over the place. It ain't even funny in certain South Florida. In certain sectors, it's all over the place. From the roofers to the people cutting your grass, it's all over the place. But to the larger point is that's because they need those people to do those jobs. So like that's not even, and that's been no matter who the president is, that's been going on. Like that's the problem with it. We acting like certain president get in, all this stuff disappear. It's still here. It ain't went nowhere.
Let me ask you this. We've seen, and with you being in South Florida, I know you understand immigration in regard. I know you understand it. I'm in Georgia. When you have somebody who is the mayor of New York City, he come out and say, we want all, we accepting everybody. And then he come back and say, when DeSantis, your governor, what's the governor of Texas, when they start shipping people up there, what he said, man, this is a problem. I can solve problems, but this is a problem that I can't solve right here. We got too many of them. It ain't about where you at. If if they push and send the people coming across respectfully to them, if they push those people to other areas, then you're not just going to see it. Other people are going to see it. And this is what we've been seeing. We've seen this. You have the governor of New York who claimed and said, hey, send them all to me. and then came out when they got sent to them and said, we can't sustain this. These are facts. And so all I'm saying is regardless of Democrat, Republican, regardless of who you are, you can't sustain a certain amount of people illegally continuously coming into the country. You can't sustain it. It's not sustainable.
Go. I mean, I don't think it's nothing's changed though. Like I'm not pro immigration, letting anybody in the country. I just differ with you guys saying that there is a problem, but I don't see nobody fixing it. Trump didn't do nothing to fix the issue either. That's the problem with this whole situation.
But I'll tell you why you're wrong. And this is why. The one thing people they said that Trump was racist about talking about building a wall, right? He said he wanted to build a wall. That's what Trump said.
And Mexico.
Now, previously before Trump, I can pull a video. You had Hillary Clinton, you had Bill Clinton, you had Joe Biden. You had the individual talking about we need a wall. They didn't necessarily. Or let me rephrase it. They said we need what's the soft way to put it? We need a barrier. We need a motherfucking wall. What's a barrier? A wall. We need a barrier to stop people from coming over illegally. They talked about this throughout the 90s continuously. And then when Trump got in there and built, hold on, real quick, last point. Then Trump did it, and they argued against him.
But he didn't do anything. That's the problem. Like all that wall stuff was just semantics.
He built 400. He built 400 miles of wall.
Dub, that was scheduled to be built either way. Like the stuff that was built was scheduled.
The man had to fight.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't scheduled. I can tell you why it wasn't scheduled. Hold on. I can tell you why it wasn't scheduled, because the man had to use military funding. I think he did it illegally, in my personal opinion. I think it was illegal.
But it was already scheduled. Where he got the funding from doesn't mean it wasn't scheduled. That doesn't mean it wasn't scheduled. It was scheduled to be built. Where he got the funds from, that's a little iffy. The funds that was also during that whole situation with COVID. Like that's the other thing. We was tamping down on everything. Like what he actually did, he didn't do anything more different than any other president.
But you so this is the problem that I have. The problem I have is that we arguing two different things. I'm not arguing if he what I'm saying is the same way you saying, and I think you agree with me here. We done had politicians talking about this for years, and we finally had somebody do something against about it. Now, was it legal? Was it illegal?
He didn't do anything. He just did what he's supposed to do, bro. I don't agree with you on that.
I'm gonna let you cook. I promise. Mark Nash will tell you I get long-winded. Mark, cut me off when you need to. I know you running the show. I apologize. You running the show. All I'm saying is at the end of the day, the man, he was able to do immigration went down. It was at 90% low in Trump's fourth year. That's what it was. And so it shows that what he did was having success. Regardless of how he did it. Was it legal or not? That's a whole nother question. All I'm saying is that the man, he tried to make strides on what the people and the politicians have been telling us for years, and when he did it, they argued against him. So why are we supporting the people who arguing against the person who doing something that we agree with? It doesn't make sense. And this is what it comes down to. At the end of the day, that's why I say I'm an independent voter. I vote independently. I listen to the issues. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I listen to the issues because I know what affect me. I'll tell you another reason. I voted for Trump this last time. Get what? My 401k was up 47%. I need 40%. I need that 47%. At this current moment in time, I looked at it yesterday. 23% right now. 23. I would prefer 47, respectfully. I'm just voting on what I support and what affect me. Gas, same thing. So all I'm saying is that I understand what you're saying, but when I look at it as from my perspective, these are the things that I need to help me succeed in life, right? And that's what I'm going to vote for, and that's what I'm going to support. And hey, it is what it is. Joe Biden, he done got into office. The man, gas done went up. You know what I'm saying? Food done went up. Everything, you name it, the shit done went up. I don't need shit to go up in my life. I need shit to go down. I need it to be cheaper for me to continue to make the money. My salary ain't went up. I ain't got a cost a living raise since Joe Biden done been in office. And so all I'm getting is my normal raise, and get what? I gotta combat the prices that's going up the same way you do. I need shit to go down, and under Trump, shit was going down, and my 401k was going up. So these are the things that I'm gonna support, respectfully.
Well, let me say this: Trump tried, but they fought him tooth and nail. Not only was he trying to get the wall, he got it under construction, they put a halt to it. He also petitioned to just let the Border Patrol agents do their job, which was to, when they catch people, to be allowed to take them back across the border. They did away with that, man. They basically saying they're seeking asylum, but the thing is, they're going to seek asylum in Mexico. They don't have to illegally enter this country, because once you come in here unvetted like that, you've broken our laws right away. So you've broken laws. You're right. Many politicians, from Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama to the Bushes, all said this is a problem and going to be a big problem, and something needs to be done. But none of them really had the balls to do anything about it. The one guy who did, I don't care if you love him or you hate him, because lots of people love him and lots of people hate him. But the man tried. I got no problem with immigrants. But like I said, you can't displace one minority with another. We already have a minority here. In Chicago, Baltimore, New York, they said, oh, we're sanctuary cities. We're sanctuary cities. Well, guess what? They said that to spite Trump. That's all. That's the only reason. Because it's easy to be a sanctuary city when you're not next to the border and you're dealing with thousands and thousands of immigrants. So you take the little bit of immigrants that they sent up to Chicago, which is just a drop in the bucket to what Texas has been dealing with for decades, and look how quickly the people of Chicago started picketing in the streets. Hey, we can't do this. We can't have all these people. We got no room for them. We don't got this. We don't got that. And then all of a sudden now, even though you was a sanctuary city, just to spite Trump and fly in the face of some logical shit, now you get a little taste of it. Now you're singing a whole different song, you see? So I got no problem with immigrants. My family came here years ago, but we're a country full of immigrants. Latin people are good people. They're hardworking people. We got room for them. We need them. But we can't just let people just come in. It's simple 1-2 logic. We just can't have people coming from anywhere. I'd say the same thing if it was people coming from Canada. Because if we don't know who you are and you come in here illegally, can't have it. Just simply can't have it. And something's got to be done about it, or else it's going to be hard on everybody. Because I got news for you. When those Latinos folks come here, like where I'm at here in Maryland, you can't find a construction trade that they're not owning and operating. They don't just stay laborers. They quickly become owner-operators one way or another. I don't know how they do it, but I'm in the landscape business, and I can tell you in the last 5 years, I lost my 2 biggest contracts to Latino-owned landscape companies. And they're in every facet of any type of industry.
Those people are legal then, though.
Restaurants.
Well, those people are legal then, right? They're not people, right?
Well, yeah, you know, that's the thing. I mean, I can't really say that I know, Mark. I would like to think that they are, or, you know, I think what happens, like with the company, the one company took my biggest contract, they call themselves Three Brothers. Well, it's really the whole family. Now, there might be the owner and one or two of those guys are actually legal, but the other ones, I don't know. I would suspect probably not. But, you know, what do I know? I know a few people that came here from other countries. A girl I went to high school with, her husband came here from like Sweden or something, and she told me it cost them like $60,000 or $70,000 and took like 3 or 4 years for him to actually become a U.S. citizen. Now, they should change that. They should make it easier, you know. And that's what I believe, because we are a land of immigrants, and we said we take people here, and we have taken people here, and we should continue. We should make it easier for it to happen and not take so long, but also put a cap on the number to where it's like something manageable, where it doesn't directly affect our economy. Because when you get an influx of labor, minority labor, I don't give a crap if it's Mexicans or like I'm Irish ancestry, Italians. When you first come here, you start at the bottom, but what happens is you working cheap, and it lowers the labor rate. You better know it right now. It lowers the labor rate because these people are willing to do the jobs for a lot less money. That's not just Latin people. That's any immigrant minority that should come here. They're going to start at the bottom. They're going to work cheaper. Lowers the labor rate.
Puro, what you think of what Jerry's saying right here?
I mean, I disagree with a lot of what he's saying. I mean,
pick them apart. Let's go.
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, like, you know, yeah, they are breaking the laws, but there's no realistic way to stop immigration. I mean, there's already, I mean, the just on the Donald Trump end, Donald Trump promised to build a wall using funds from another country, you know, without having like, you know, any planet or like without having backing from, you know, any politicians over there. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he ended up using, like Dub was saying, I don't know if it was done illegally or not, but ended up using military funds not to build the wall that he proposed, his campaign promise, but to retrofit the existing barriers, if you will, that are already there. I mean, I just think that's just a lot of you know, shit, for lack of a better word, narratives that just go around when it comes to the subject of the wall and of immigration to this country.
Point of information.
Go ahead, go on, Dale. My bad.
Puro, when you say that when he was retrofitting, or was the wall, or let me the barrier, as you explained it, was that barrier significant to stop individuals from coming across the border? In your opinion?
In my opinion, there's no. I mean, they've tried all kinds of different walls. I mean.
No. That's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking about what they had. I'm talking about what you said. You said that he retrofitted. He didn't necessarily build the wall. He may have upgraded or.
We did like prototypes. There's 3 prototypes in like Arizona or something like that.
So my question is, what was there previously?
I mean.
Do you think that was better?
It was like old runways from like fucking like that they used to use in Vietnam with numbers. I don't know if you've ever been to like the border towns like of like Tijuana. I've never really been to the Texas end, but there's like numbers on these walls, you know, and these were like the numbers of like the landing strips that they had in Vietnam and stuff like that, and they use those materials to build those.
I'm gonna ask the question again. I didn't. What I'm asking is what was there, right? As you saying, retro, whatever you want to call it. He upgraded, retrofitted. Whatever. Hold on. Let me ask the question first. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, like people that are hungry, you're gonna have to do more than a wall to keep them out. Especially when there's like, you know, there's like square miles of border to patrol and not enough patrol people. I mean, like motherfuckers are gonna get in.
Bro, they got videos of them people building this impenetrable fence and people just walking up over the fence and coming back down it. As soon as they get finished, within a week of them building this wall, like that's all to fodder. That's not a real solution. That's what I keep saying. You guys are talking about a wall, and he replaced most of that wall. It's like 400 and some miles and most of the wall he either replaced or he improved on. It's probably, I'm looking at the report, some estimates are 50 miles that he actually improved, or actually new wall that he improved, that he actually extended. It's as little as 50, as much as 80. But he claims like 400, but most of that, to Puro's point, was an improvement or they just replaced it. So that was going to happen either way. Like a lot of this stuff is just political banner.
But the problem, the question is, and this is the thing, y'all not answering the question. When we talk about the improvement, was the wall that was currently there, or the barrier? Let me rephrase the question. The barrier that was currently there, was it significant?
No.
Was it anything?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
All right.
Let me answer, because nobody else answered it. It didn't work before, it didn't work during, and it's not working now.
That's cap. That's cap.
Because if they hold on, hold on. I've been quiet. I'll let you answer the question 20 times. Now I'm answering it my way, and you saying it's cap. Let me answer my question. Let me answer it. You ain't gotta like the answer, but just my opinion. And my opinion is facts. Because if it worked so well, we wouldn't have a problem with. We still wouldn't be talking about people coming over the border. It was already a problem.
Worse. You said it got worse.
That's not true.
It didn't stop nothing. It's not an electrical fence, Dub. So you saying people don't come over from the border no more, Dub?
No, what I'm saying is
no, I'm gonna play your game.
Let me answer the same way I'm gonna let you answer. Let me answer the question. What I'm saying is that in Trump's last year, illegal immigration was down more than 70%.
Let me ask you. I'm gonna play the game you played. Answer the question, yes or no. Did it stop illegal immigration? I didn't say decrease. Did it stop it?
No, it didn't stop it.
Thank you.
Hold up, I want to add something too. Yo, Dub, right side, you can't say it's not true, bro.
Let me respond. Let me respond back to what Martinez just asked me. I agree, it didn't stop it, but it decreased it significantly. It was.
But that's because nobody else is doing that, Dub. That's because all these presidents do the same. So like the baseline is real low, bro. That we're marching on. Nobody's doing anything really. That's the problem.
I answer a question straight up. Answer it straight up, and then I go ahead, brother.
No complaining.
Well, what I'm saying is this: no one thing is going to stop it entirely. That's infallible. The wall is a deterrent. That wall is not easy to scale. Women and children not scaling that wall. That's just not true. The wall is one thing to do. The other thing is to allow the agents there to do their job at that southern border, which is to turn back the immigration. So it's not one thing. The wall, just like Trump would say, that's just part of it. And it is an effective part, especially in the hot spots where they know these border crossings were occurring. Now, to the other guy that keeps saying that was going to happen either way, I don't agree with that. When was it going to happen? On one hand, you say nobody was doing nothing, but then you say it was inevitable that was going to happen. I disagree with that. Trump spearheaded that. That was his big thing, was to do something about the immigration. And he tried to make his way to do it. He was blocked every step of the way. Now what we got is it's worse than it's ever been. And you don't even hear about it much anymore in the news cycle because the current administration, they don't want to do shit about it. They don't even want to talk about it. And so now we got what we got, and let's see how it works out. Because I can see now in cities like Chicago and New York and Baltimore, places that said they were all for it, it ain't working out so well.
But we got a new wall. So we shouldn't. Trump built a new wall, right? So that should have stopped everybody if the wall was the issue. And like the border cities and the border states, that should have slowed it down. And you're saying Trump left and it increased. The wall should have stopped it. The wall is not, like, they got videos of people building that damn wall and people walking right up that wall and walking right back down the other side as soon as the people go away. Like, that wall is just that. Like, as long as the economic incentives on the other side for those people to work, that's not going to stop anything. Like, that's all just political nonsense.
Let me ask you a question.
You're tripping.
Hold on, real quick.
We got videos, bro. Like, it's not my opinion. That's what we seeing.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Do you think more people climb over the wall at this current moment in time, or they come through illegally and are let into the country? Which one do you think happens more?
I don't even understand the question. We mean they let in illegally. What do you mean by that?
Question again, and be even more frank about it, since you don't understand the question. The question is, right? Well, the way you're putting it right now, people are climbing the wall, right? They're climbing it. This is how they're coming in illegally.
No. I was talking to the wall, since the wall was an object. They go under the wall. They come from other countries. They go through boats. Like, people are coming all different kind of ways. But we're making a wall an object. We're making this wall like this ominous thing, like it's just impenetrable. When the wall was built and these people walked away a week later, they got videos of people climbing these walls. So the wall by itself is not impenetrable. People are coming from all different ways, bro. Like, that wall is just a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a big ass wall that's not easy to get over. I'm telling you right now, women and children that you see on the news coming.
Wait a minute, real quick. Answer the question. I need this man to answer the question.
What's your question, Dub? What's your question, Dub?
I'm gonna ask it one more time. You said it wasn't clear, so I'm gonna ask it one more time. In your opinion, right? So I'm giving you the. It ain't got to be facts. It's your opinion. Do you think more illegal immigrants or undocumented, let's not even call them illegal, we're going to call them undocumented immigrants. Do you think more undocumented immigrants are coming across the border, the southern border, by climbing the wall or by coming in via the system that the current president has put in place for them to come across illegally and be shipped to multiple states within the country? Which one is more prevalent?
They can't come in by the system because the system itself on its face doesn't allow illegal immigrants. So they can't come in that way that you're presenting. That's a misnomer. They can't. It's illegal. Like, how would the system, as something illegal to the system, allow people to come in? They can't.
Wait a minute. So your answer is we got more illegal or undocumented.
No, you're saying the system, bro. Listen, you presented this argument like they're coming in through the system, but it's illegal to the system, so they can't come in through the system. That's not possible.
I'm trying to get clarity. I just need you to answer the question. So you're telling me that more undocumented immigrants coming over the wall versus coming in.
So I got a veto, and we got to move forward. Because I'm sorry, brother. With all due respect, it's starting to get a little frustrating for me. Just listening to the way this is going back and forth. If you don't get the answer you want or the way you want it, we got to move forward. We can't just keep going back and like with every because you're doing this all night with everybody, Dub. I know I need the question. I'm asking the question. Like, we can't do that all night with the same thing. He answered it the way he answered it. We just got to move forward, bro. Because
the man didn't answer the question. I didn't hear you press. All right. Go ahead. Yeah, this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm asking the man a straight up question. He not answering the question, and then you tell me that I'm pressing him too hard. It's out of control. But if they press me on the subject, then it's different. It's okay. It's okay.
And bro, ain't nobody did what you doing right there all night long. You don't. Check the replay. I'm gonna leave the video up. It's not personal. I just want to move forward for the sake of the flow of the conversation. You might not have liked what he said, or you don't think he answered your question. You asked him something, he spoke. Let's move on. It's 6 people up here. We just can't have you two going back and forth. You asking the question 3 or 4 different ways. Like, it's no disrespect, bro. We just got to move forward with the flow of the conversation. It's not flowing when it just keeps going back. Well, let me ask you again. Let me ask you, because you did that with Pittsburgh T.
No. You correct. I'm out of order. I agree with you, Mark. I agree.
Move forward, bro. Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, that's good. That's why you're so good, Mark. That's a great observation. When things get redundant, if you don't like the answer, just don't like the answer, but to keep asking the same question is just redundant. However, I will say this when it comes to the legalities, to my man's point here when he says, is it more people scaling that wall or more people just being allowed to come in? Oftentimes you see these immigrants coming in, they're coming through waterways where the wall is not. They're crossing a river. Not scaling that wall, man. Women and children are not scaling that wall, and a lot of healthy men ain't going to be scaling that wall. It ain't that easy. However, when it comes to the legalities, yes, absolutely, because check this out. Marijuana is federally illegal. But in the state that I live in, it's recreationally legal. State laws overriding federal laws. That's not how it's supposed to be. I personally believe that, yes, they are being let in, and all you got to do is just... Hold on, let me finish.
Sorry, Jerry. I'm trying to find a video, so I'm sorry. That's you can hear it, but
Okay, all you got to do is listen to the top guys that are in charge of protecting that southern border, and they'll tell you they won't allow us to do our job, which their job isn't to harm immigrants seeking asylum, but it is to turn them back. And yes, they can do it. Can they do it 100%? No. To Puro's point, that border's a few thousand miles. Not going to catch every single person, but there should be a collective and agreed to effort by all Americans, left and right, that we have to protect that border, just like you protect your house. You don't leave your front door open for just anyone to come in. We can't leave our front door open for anyone to come in. Southern border, northern border, eastern border, or western. Gotta be more, we gotta protect ourselves better than that, or else we're gonna be at the mercy of anybody who wants to do wrong. Listen, the American Indians, if they could have built the wall to stop the English invaders, guess what? They would have. They weren't able to do anything like that, so they wanted to do what anything.
They got a wall. But the wall. But Jerry, you even said in your commentary that the southern border and everything, bro. Like, that's not everything, and they're still getting over this wall that you guys we're concentrating on this wall that they did, and they're just climbing right over. It's kids, it's women, we're looking at it, physically looking at it right now. Like this is the game with this, man. This is a whole game with this stuff.
Again, I'm not concentrating on the wall, because if you listen to me, you would have heard me say the wall is one facet, just like Trump said.
Bro, but you also said the southern border we got to protect. Like, we're not protecting.
And they come in waterways. They're crossing rivers to get here where the wall is breached. There is no wall there. That's mostly how they come. And they also come by plane. And I know this because I've worked with a lot of Latin guys, and they told me they bring a plane here and they just don't go back. You see, but we're talking about at the southern border and what's going there. The wall
has to do with this
just
thing called Title 42, basically.
Down there to do their job.
You crossed the border, look! Just crossed the border. Yo, hey, you guys made it over. Just crossed the border.
We're talking about the wall, so it's being mentioned, of course, because that's one.
Okay, so they literally just jumped the border.
If you go to any rich person's
there, as you can see, the amount of people trying to enter Border Patrol seems
Title 8. Bodies put them up there because they like to look at them. They put them because it's a line of defense, just like the
real quick. Hold on, Jerry, real quick. Point of order. I can't hear Jerry. I can't hear what Jerry's saying. Mark, it seemed like you're playing video of I'm not sure what, but it seemed like you're playing video during the man's time to speak. I can't hear what he's saying. That's what I'm asking. I would like to hear what he's saying.
I couldn't hear Jerry's audio just then. Nobody heard Jerry?
No, I couldn't hear him. I was hearing the videos being played. I was hearing the videos.
Maybe, yeah, I heard him.
Did y'all hear the video? I got the whole thing muted. I got the whole site muted. You shouldn't be able to hear no YouTube. I ain't even sharing it. Y'all heard the audio from a video I just played?
It was playing, but it was low. It was still playing.
I'm sorry about that. It's supposed to be muted.
Well, just to get clarity on one thing, I want to know what you fellas think of this simple question. Should the United States protect its borders against immigrants?
We already do, bro. Like, that's a misnomer. We already protect. You could say that the way that they're doing it is incorrect, but we already protect our border. If we wouldn't have a fence if we don't protect our borders.
This influx of Latin immigrants.
Bro, but we protect the border already. We're not just there's a fence there. So there's a protection there. There's customs officers there. So we're protecting the border. You could say that you don't like the way they're doing it, but we protect the border.
Yeah, because if you're protecting it but it's not effective, no, I don't like how you're doing it. If people are coming in and you're not allowed to turn them back, you have to allow them in, which is what Biden basically has established, that they have to be let in to seek asylum. When we already know they can seek asylum outside of the borders, they can do that in Mexico. Now, obviously,
that depends on the country, though, Jerry. You know that asylum depends on the country, though, right? That's not just a field blunt.
I want to ask you a question. Brother, I want to ask you a question. Can I ask you a question? Respectfully. More questions. Damn. Oh, no. Go ahead. I apologize. I'm out of order. I apologize.
Asking the question. Yeah, but just make a statement. How about that?
No, I don't want to make a statement. I have a question for Pittsburgh. I mean, Pittsburgh got a question for Jerry. I want Jerry to answer that question, and I got a question for Pittsburgh. If that's allowed, if it's not allowed, let me know. I understand.
No. I mean, please don't. I ain't all the smart shit, bro. Cause I ain't disrespecting you all night, and I got a really smart mouth. If you want, me
I ain't trying to disrespect. I'm truly trying to be respectful. I promise. There's no disrespect. I promise that.
I know it's gonna get ugly, so let's cut that line. I let the other one slide just then. That's 2. You know what I'm saying? That's 2. Now, then I'm gonna start getting smart with you, and I like I said, and it ain't gonna be cool, bro. So let's not do that. Let's not do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's allowed, but like I said before, when you ask the question, you want people to answer. Matter of fact, go ahead. Just say what you're about to say, because we're about to wrap this shit up anyway. All the questions. Just make.
I mean, but the asylum depends on the country, man. All countries that are outside the United States, all people that are immigrants don't get asylum. That's that's a fallacy. That's not true. That's absolutely not true. Depends on the country they're coming from. If that was the case, if that was the case, then all the boatloads of Haitians that come over here, that this country turn around on a daily basis, they'd all be here and they'd stay here. They turn their ass around, put them on the boat, and send them back. So every country you come from outside the United States, just because you're an immigrant, we do not accept them and let them just stay here. That's not true. Absolutely.
Well, we're talking about Mexico and the southern border, and absolutely you can file for asylum in Mexico. The difference
But those people aren't from Mexico. Just because they're coming through Mexico, Jerry, that doesn't mean that they're Mexican. There's other countries connected to Mexico that people fly in Mexico or they travel through Mexico to get through there.
No kidding. That's well known. The problem is it's still at the southern border. Most of those people are from all over, El Salvador, Guatemala. This is well known. Still, they're coming through that southern border. And if they're allowed here, then they're already here, you see. But they can seek asylum in Mexico. But the thing is, they're still in Mexico at that point. And they're not illegally in this country. So, no, their hands are tied down there. There's not an effort being made to effectively turn them back. And it's not working out well. And the further we go along with it, the further it's going to be more problematic, as you're seeing in Democrat-run cities that wanted, to be a safe haven. They said they wanted it, but when they got a taste of it, then they don't want it, you see. And I understand why they don't want it. Now, to close things out on my end, I'm just going to tell you again, I don't have any problem with immigrants, and it might sound cliche. I got a problem with illegal immigrants for the safety of us all. Just like I was telling you about the forensic stuff. It's unsafe. You don't leave your front door open to let anyone come in. That southern border is basically our front door. We should not have it open. We should be making a concerted effort, everybody, right, all parties, to not let that happen. Make it easier for people to come in and make it more affordable. Just put a manageable number on it, and that's the best we can do.
Appreciate
anyway,
it.
Thanks, Mark.
All
right, buddy.
What do you mean by that? We don't believe you.
Wrong button. Wrong button. All right, I was trying to give him a round of applause, but whatever. All right, go ahead, Dub. Pittsburgh T, Puro, unbiased. Let's take this on. Everybody, give me your final thoughts. Let's wrap this up.
Real quick, I want to give my final thoughts real quick. I apologize. I'm not, Mark. I'm not trying to argue with you. I will say I do come across combative, argumentative, and that's what I am. That is what I am. The reason being is because I've had these conversations previously, and individual want to shut my voice down on what I want to say. So I end up arguing and being combative, but I do apologize to you because, I ain't got nothing but love and respect for you. You run a hell of a show. And so hold on. Let me just say, I was out of order. I was wrong. I'm going to argue my points, but at the end of the day, it's no hard feelings. It's nothing personal. And I ain't got nothing but love and respect for you. I ain't got nothing but love and respect for everybody on the panel. So I do apologize because I was wrong.
Cool, we can move forward. Your final thoughts on it, though. What's your final thoughts on the immigration?
My final thoughts is that we need Donald Trump, and we need to re-elect Donald Trump. These are my final thoughts because we see what Joe Biden is doing. If we talk about immigration, regardless of how you want to put it, according to the numbers, Trump's immigration numbers were better than Joe Biden's immigration numbers. I have nothing against immigrants, but at the same time, do it legally. And because a lot of times immigrants come in and they're able to take certain jobs away from individuals that I know of. They paying $25 an hour at certain warehouses. I need my cousins. I need my family members to be there. I need them $25 an hour, respectfully. So I think that at the end of the day, illegal immigration hurt Black people, and at this current moment in time, it's jobs out here, and because of the young people. I'm gonna just say the young people. They don't like to work anyways. We know what it is to work, but at the end of the day, I think there are a lot of jobs out there that can be had by some of these individuals, the less skilled individuals in the community. And they need those jobs. We need those jobs to build our community. And so I'm an advocate for Black people at the end of the day. But Mark Nash, I thank you for always allowing me to have a voice. I apologize once again because I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but I love you. I love you because you give me a platform, and I thank you. You do a hell of a job with your show. Shout out to Pittsburgh T. Shout out to Lisa Bell. Shout out to Puro. Shout out to all my family, man, and I love y'all. I truly do. But hey, I'm gonna talk my politics like y'all talk y'all politics. Much love, Mark Nash. Thank you,
my man. Hello. All right. Who's up next? Who want to go next? Oh, don't everybody jump in at one time.
Hey, thanks for the platform, Mark. Appreciate everybody on the panel, man. And as far as everybody listening, thanks again. I think these are complicated issues, and we got to get past these talking points and actually look at it. Besides these fictitious things that we've been told by these politicians, and really dig into the details of what's going on. Everybody have a great night.
All right, final thoughts from Puro, unbiased fan, Brim Reaper. Your mic is muted if you're trying to talk, fellas. Anybody?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Well, give me your final. Damn, you fell asleep on this nigga?
No, I'm just tired. Really interesting conversation. Listening to these gentlemen speaking in regards to, the immigration, the things of history and all that. So it's a really interesting topic. It definitely was worth the listen. I appreciate you having me on. End of the day, man, the world is a wild place. A lot of things we don't see that they do behind our backs. And, we just got to be aware that that's just how the game is.
Indeed. All right. That's it for me, man. tired, man. I got to take my
Yeah,
daughter
for
to
real.
school. Yeah, tomorrow's my day.
Is your day? Is Daddy Day this morning?
Yeah. I
Y'all
think
take
we
turns?
Yeah, we take turns.
Man, that's teamwork
Sometimes
making the dream
I
work.
do it the whole week, depends on what's going on. But for the most part, yeah, we take turns.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I'm gonna take her. Then I'll do my stuff.
You
But
might
yeah,
see
man,
Fury there.
go ahead. I'm gonna see Fury at the
You
doctor's
might see
office.
Tyson Fury there. Yeah, he need to go there.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, most likely.
Shout out
But
to
yeah, this was a good conversation, man. It got a little heated at times. Politics always get a little heated, just like boxing and shit. Nowadays, it seems like you can't talk. Any conversation nowadays gets a little heated, especially when you, when you talk about things like this. Politics, race,
Yeah.
religion. Yeah,
It makes people who ain't even passionate get passionate about it, because
yeah,
it
I
directly
love it.
affects your life.
I'm up for the challenge. I just want everybody to have a chance to be heard, and I just want us to understand that not to trigger people with certain words. Like if you just jump in, you're lying. Hold up, bro. Maybe he misspoke. Maybe he has some misinformation. You start off with that, it's like we're gonna go somewhere with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and doing that automatically makes a person get defensive. So now you automatically doing that
Yeah,
worse.
and I'm trying to. Yeah, you know me, man. I don't know if y'all could tell, man. I be trying to be real positive, man. Sometimes I get a little passionate about certain things, and I do my little rants. But for the most part, positive energy, man. We trying to make people laugh over here. We don't want people screaming on the phone and at the internet and the computer, waking up everybody in your house at 2-3 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Because you screaming at a stranger on the internet.
Yeah, it's happened to me once before. Oh man,
Yeah, man.
I listen. I wouldn't even scream. I was just getting excited, and I got cursed out, boy. Woo! I got cursed out.
Quit going, man. Relax, man. Do something. Take a count to 10. Relax, and realize it ain't that serious. It's just a conversation with strangers. You don't supposed to agree with everybody, and it's okay. And it's healthy, and it's healthy to disagree a little bit. As long as we keep it respectful, we can come back and do this shit again tomorrow, and that's what I plan to do. So hopefully we have some more good conversations like this tomorrow. Rick, you want to plug your channel? You got any final thoughts or anything you want to say?
No, just the final thoughts, man. Shout out to Shocky Foster for having the fight of the night, fight of the year, I think, and pulling out such a tough victory. Shout out to him. He deserves to get so much more puff than he's been getting. But I just wanted to state that we should be. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Was it
that was a doggone fight of the year.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one, bro. That was a
phenomenal fight, man. I mean, I had him down 7-5 on my scorecard going into the 12th round. So I would have had him winning though, but the judges didn't have it that way because he still would have lost by 2 points on one scorecard, and the other scorecard he had him down every round. Wow.
He lost every round on one of the cards.
Yes, they had him down 11-0.
Round?
Yes.
They was trying to line boy up. They was trying to line him.
Bro, they was in Mexico, man. They was in the homeboy's backyard.
Hey, look, should have let him cross. Hey, look, should have let him cross the border.
You stupid, and you're stupid, and you're stupid. With that, good night, Mark. Good night, Mark.
I try, man. Hey, look, sometimes
good night, Mark.
Sometimes the jokes just write themselves, man.
Yeah, right, that was a good timing, man.
I see you next one.
All right, bro.
My brother Puro, you got the final words. Mexicano, viva la Mexica, cabrones. You still there, Puro? I think he said he had to step away. That was earlier. All right. Well, that's it for me, man. It's been another great episode of Breaking Beats where we break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, immigration, neighbor shootings, and anything else you and I feel like talking about. It's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly. You know why life is serious enough.
But he gotta fix these holes.
Yeah, man. What was my drop? I wanted to play. What was the go back to your country? So I was gonna have that shit play.
Speculating. Sure. I have the information.
Hey,
I'm not speculating.
Where is it at?
Go back to your country, white pop.
Man, I wanted to play that shit all night long, but I was like, don't do it. But every time Jerry says that, I was gonna go.
Go back to your country, white pop.
But it's all good, man. Sometimes we're gonna agree, sometimes we're gonna disagree. But that's healthy. It's life. So always remember, respect is free. Disrespect gonna cost you everything: your family, your freedom, your finances, most importantly, your life. So let's show each other love. Let's show each other respect. Always remember, dreams require sleep, goals require effort. Go out there and get your goals. Conflict resolution. That's the word of the week, all right? Relax. Conflict resolution. You know what I'm saying? Don't introduce the weapon. Call them people. Let them people do their job. You know what I'm saying? They can shoot them and go home to their family and have some coffee 9 times out of 10. You are on the run now. So all of that complaining about the noise was for nothing, because now you can't even be in the apartment no more. You on the run and you about to go to prison unless you delete yourself. You're gonna be in prison with a whole bunch of noisy people in jail. Instead of arguing with the guy living upstairs, you're gonna be arguing with the guy sleeping above you on the bunk. And it's gonna stink in there. Just letting you know. It's cold. It's cold in the winter, and it's really hot in the summer in jail. Prayers, my thoughts and prayers go out to the family, to the victims, family of the victims, and yeah, man, that's it. Somebody said, and jail got some crazy, right, bro? And look, in the words of my good brother Pittsburgh T, some of that noise might be his ass, literally and figuratively. If you know, you know. Be safe out there, man. I see y'all on the next one. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so yeah, we'll be back on our flagship show tomorrow. Yeah, I'm grinding, man. I'm grinding. And with that said, we going. Hey, look, sometimes we're going to drink. Did I say that already? Yeah, I said. Hey, look, sometimes we're going to agree. Sometimes we're going to disagree. But one thing's for certain, 2 things for sure, homeboy. Never forget this.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
And I mean that shit.
Hey, it's Antonio Tarver Champion. You're watching Mark Nash at Breaking Beach. I usually don't do drops, but I'm going to give you one, bro. I'm going to give you one. I love you, champ.
This that squad sound. This is me, man.
Subscribe. I don't care how many subscribers he has. Support him. So he made all this possible. He made this possible.
Nah, Dr. Mark, God made this possible, and so did Donald Trump. No, I'm joking. So the viewers like you. Yo, the niggas was on Trump tonight, boy. I ain't know we had so many Trump supporters that are fans of the show. Wow. All right, we'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.